Good evening and welcome to Higley Stadium in Marinette, Wisconsin, where the Marinette Marines have their homecoming tonight against the Clintonville Truckers. I'm Eric Bergstrom alongside my partner, Kit Donaldson. Kit, we have two teams tonight struggling this year. They both like to score points, so I think it's going to be a high-scoring affair tonight.
And we have two teams that both are thinking W here tonight, of course, so with only Marinette one win overall this season, of course, one in conference and one overall. Clintonville with two wins overall, one in conference. So here in week number 8 of the regular season, and they're both, of course, not heading to the postseason, been mathematically eliminated from postseason contention. So, hey, they both want to get at least one more win here, and this is a golden opportunity for both teams. And I think you're right, as a makings for a high-scoring game. Marinette's been involved in a lot of high-scoring games. Unfortunately, giving up a ton of points this year, over 40 a game. I'm not sure what the exact average is. I want to say 42, 43 points a game. But they do score a lot of points, too. And Clintonville, they are a rarity in high school football where they are a passing team. They pass first, then they pass second, and they look to run third, more than likely.
Fourth and fifth.
Yeah, exactly. And they'll put it up top a whole lot, and they run a spread offense. We'll hear more about that with Coach Walters, but you're right, as far as a high-scoring game, this has the makings of what could be not only high-scoring and also should be very entertaining, kind of like last week's game against Denmark. Even though Marinette was on the short end of that score, that was a very entertaining game, no question about that.
It was a great game, and some of the troubles Marinette's had this year have come off turnovers, as it does with most teams. And although we've had troubles with turnovers, I don't think we have anything on Clintonville. Their quarterback has 17 interceptions this year, so they like to turn the ball over. Hopefully Marinette can take advantage of that.
Well, I'm not sure if they like to turn the ball over, but
or they don't like to.
But they do.
But they do.
Yeah, their quarterback, you mentioned, Damon Lorge. He's thrown. Look at it this way. He's thrown the ball 220 times in conference, and Luke Johnson, who throws it quite a bit, he's thrown the football less than half of that in conference play. I think it was like around 70, maybe 73 times. Yeah, so almost a third of that actually. And
with similar yardage too, so more efficient.
Yeah, and a lot less, more touchdowns and obviously less interceptions. So Luke 8 touchdowns and 4 interceptions, whereas the quarterback, the signal caller for the Truckers, Damon Lorge, like you mentioned, he does have 7 touchdowns and he's thrown 7 touchdowns, and he's thrown for quite a few yards. But of course, that's their number one offensive weapon right there. They'll throw it and keep on throwing it.
That's right. There is a little history between these two teams. They haven't played in a long time. The last time they played was in 1998, and the interesting thing about that is head coach Andy Walters was a junior at Marinette High back in 1998 when they played last.
And back when I was in high school at Marinette back in the mid to late 70s, Clintonville was a huge rival of ours back in the Bay Conference. I mean,
yeah.
And they were not only in football, but they were, under Carl Brucknick, of course, they were so good in basketball, and that's where Bruce Parkovich, of course, came from, former Marinette coach. And it's a lot of history at Clintonville, and like you said, between these two teams. Now, obviously, there's been a big dry spell, 17 years between meeting on the gridiron. I know they met in basketball a number of years back in the tournament, but as far as football goes, since 1998. And, it's nice to get this rivalry renewed again.
It is. It definitely is. And like you were saying, they're from the Bay Conference, and I believe they were an original member, were they not?
Yes, they were. Yeah, back in, I want to say, the late 60s when that conference got going in that ballpark. And a lot of tradition, and they're struggling this year. Marinette is struggling, so two teams now in the Northeastern Conference and looking to hopefully close out this regular season here in the last couple of weeks on some high notes.
And it looks like we just had the coin toss, and Clintonville won the toss, and they chose to receive as they're running off their offense. Their entire team, that's their best part of their team, so they're going to put their offense on the field first and see how it goes.
All right, so Marinette's defense will be put to the test right off the bat. And speaking of defense, of course, Marinette head coach Andy Walters, you mentioned Andy playing for Marinette back in the late 90s. Of course, he was a big defensive player, went on to play at UW Whitewater, and so the defense will be out there first. And earlier in the week, Eric had a chance to chat with the third-year head coach for the Marines, Andy Walters, and let's hear it here on Sports Radio 570.
Eric Bergstrom here with head coach of the Marinette Marines, Andy Walters. Coach, thanks for joining me today.
You bet.
Well, we didn't have a chance to talk about last week's game. What were some of the keys to that game?
Well, I feel that we did enough things to win that ball game. last Friday, but unfortunately we obviously did enough to lose the game. We had a tough time stopping their midline, but I thought we did a nice job defending everything else. They did a nice job against our run, but we were able to get our pass game going and move the ball that way.
I know you had success against O'Connell Falls and their option. What made Denmark's option a little bit harder to defend?
I think Denmark definitely has just some bigger horses up front as far as on the line. They also have some pretty good athletes running the ball. They block things slightly different than O'Connell Falls does, but we're definitely. I feel that we're in position to make plays. Unfortunately, we had a tough time winning some of our one-on-one battles inside and defeating some blocks to be able to finish plays. We had way too many missed tackles in the interior. It probably wasn't that noticeable during the game, but we had plenty of opportunities, to kill plays in the backfield, and unfortunately, we just didn't wrap guys up and finish plays.
Right. With a couple games left in the season, what areas of your football team do you think have improved the most since week 1?
I think there's a lot of areas that we've improved. Definitely with our line as far as our execution, our protection, giving Luke time. I think the last few games we were able to see that if Luke has time to throw the ball, can we have guys open and we got some guys that get the ball to that can make some plays. So. Probably offensively, I'm probably the happiest with how our football team has improved.
These 2 games, how important do you think they are as far as being building blocks for the young kids who will be back next year?
Well, finishing the season out, we're all disappointed that we didn't make the playoffs. Everyone's disappointed, but I think that these last 2 games define who we are. It's an adverse situation. Our kids going to, just tank it, or we're going to finish out the season? And I know that they're not going to tank it. They've invested way too much time into this thing to just say, hey, we didn't make playoffs, and now we're just going to put it on cruise control. Our kids aren't going to do that. Blood and blocks for our young kids. It's. I think these last 2 games are just as important as any other game. With emphasis these last 2 games on just finishing the season out, and still continuing to get better.
I agree. That's one thing your team has shown. They're definitely not going to tank it. They care, and you can definitely see that every week how hard they play. So
yeah,
definitely right.
I can't fault the kids' effort. The kids play hard. The kids, they do a lot of good things. Unfortunately, we're doing some bad things, which are unfortunate at this point in the season, and a lot of times the things that we aren't doing well are costing us, some big plays and some scores.
The great thing is, though, even though maybe the final score isn't going your way, you definitely, from the stands and from the press box, you can see improvement, and you can see, like I said, the kids care. So that's really great, and I'm sure the fans like that too, because a lot of teams, like you said, they just tank it, and you wouldn't see that, but definitely you see the improvement every week with your team.
Right.
We talked a lot this season about your players. Talk to me about the job your coaches have done with this young team.
Well, I can't say enough about our coaches. The time and the work that they put in, away from their families. And, I think anyone that coaches football and any family that of a football coach knows the time that football coaches put in during the season. And it's crazy. We're spending more time with these kids than with our own families. But,
right.
We have a small staff, but we have quality guys, and I'm proud as heck of our guys for the time that they put in, work that they put in, the job that they do with our kids.
This week you have Clintonville at home. What can we expect from them?
Clintonville is a spread drill team. They run the spread, a lot of trips, a lot of doubles where they like to throw the ball, but they do enough run to keep you honest. That's definitely they hang their hat on the pass, which is a little bit non-traditional in high school football. A lot of teams hang their hat on the run, but these guys are a pass-first football team.
Against their defense, what do you think your offense will need to do to be successful?
They haven't shown a whole lot of different looks on on defense. You know, they're a 4-4 cover 3 team, and they haven't shown a whole lot of other looks. So I mean, that's pretty much what we expect. And you know, our focus is always to be able to run the ball. But you know, if we're not able to, we do have some things in our package where we're able to hurt teams through the air, especially when they're giving us consistent coverages.
All right, Coach. Thanks a lot again, and good luck on Friday.
Okay, Eric. Thank you.
Welcome back to Higley Stadium, where it's homecoming tonight for the Marinette Marines as they take on the Clintonville Truckers.
You know, homecoming, isn't that usually the M&M game? That seems strange.
It usually is. It'd be about that time, too.
Yeah, when I heard that homecoming was going to be against Clintonville, I thought, well, didn't we have homecoming already? Actually, no, because the school wasn't even in session back when Marinette and Menominee went at it. Of course, that usually, well, not usually, always has been the homecoming game. So, well, here it is, homecoming against Clintonville. We're talking to the Clintonville radio guy, and he was saying that this is the third straight week that Clintonville has been involved in a homecoming game, and it wasn't theirs. It was on the road.
And we had one last week as well in Denmark, so
exactly.
We all know about that.
Yep.
Tonight's broadcast is being brought to you by North Motorsports, the area's only full-line dealer of Honda, Can-Am, Ski-Doo, Sea-Doo, and Snapper outdoor products. From their friendly sales staff to their certified service technicians, they've got you covered. Visit North Motorsports at 3711 10th Street in Menominee, or give them a call at 906-863-5592. Also, Kane Chevrolet, driving the game to you as the #1 truck destination north of Green Bay. Kane Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, O'Connell, and Marinette. It's nice. I saw online, the band is in front of us right now playing the fight song. I saw online the band march through the hallways in the high school today playing the fight song. So, you know, it's always fun homecoming for the high school kids and stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. And now they're going to do the anthem right now.
All right, great job by the band. As we get ready for tonight's game, I'm excited. It should be a high-scoring, fun game to call.
And it should be very exciting especially for the Marinette seniors here tonight, because not only is it homecoming, but it's also the last time that these seniors are going to be coming onto Higley Stadium wearing the purple and white. And I'm sure when they were getting suited up, putting on those pads and everything in the locker room, I'm sure they're probably thinking about that. This is the last time that we're going to go out of this locker room and make the trek across the parking lot and then onto Higley Stadium here. Last time, so it's got to be a little bit emotional, you'd think.
That's right, and as you know, as you and I both know, you don't find out until later as you age that those are some of the best times of your life. And I've had a chance recently to talk to a couple, one, and I'll be talking to one this week, of the inductees into the Marinette Athletic Hall of Fame, and they look back on those days with, a lot of great memories, and they miss them, and they talk about all the players, all their friends they had back then. So these kids will look back on this as some of the best times of their lives, I think.
And by the way, that induction ceremony for the second class will be on November 7th. And you talked to Brian Betcher, and of course he played football, but he was a great basketball player for Marinette, and he'll be inducted with a whole bunch of other former Marines coming up on November 7th at Little River Country Club. So much more on that coming up in due time.
That's right. And we have, speaking of basketball, we have one of the basketball coaches staring at us right now, about 2 feet away from us.
Hi, Rob. How you doing? JV's won yesterday 52-6, I believe. What's that? 62-6. Undefeated this year. And Rob's son, Jake, I saw he had a TD, right? Jake had a touchdown yesterday? 70-yard touchdown run. And all right, okay. Thanks, Rob.
The Marinette Marines are being introduced right now. They're in their home uniforms, white pants trimmed in purple with their new gray tops trimmed in purple and the purple helmets, as we all know. Clintonville, they're in white tonight with orange numbers and black helmets. We're getting ready for the opening kickoff of Marinette Marines, the homecoming game in 2015, the second to last game of the season.
That'll be interesting, too, with this Clintonville team. You mentioned that they run a spread offense, and some of these wide-open offenses has given Marinette some fits. Primarily, the option that we've seen with O'Connell Falls. Marinette did regroup there and won that game, but Denmark gave them a lot of trouble last week. And then in week one, Fox Valley Lutheran had a really wide-open type of offense that really caused Marinette some problems. I recall they had a really good back coming out of the backfield, also could catch and also run. He was a double threat. Clintonville, obviously, they don't have the horses that some of those other teams had, like Fox Valley Lutheran and Denmark, but nonetheless, as a defense, you're looking at a different offense that you may not be used to. So you had the week to prepare, though, and I know Coach Walters talked about his coaching staff on the pregame show here, and I'm sure they got them up to the task. And Marinette, by and large, they've been pretty good against the pass.
They have been, and like you said about the horses, I think no matter what system it is, football still comes down to the players. You can have some great systems, but you still need the players to run the system and execute. So that's what it's going to come down to, is the players playing and making the right decisions, I think.
Exactly. All about the execution. And, hey, all kinds of visitors at the press box.
I know. They love us, hey.
Well, they love, I'm not sure what they want, but...
We don't have any prizes tonight, guys.
We don't owe them money, do we?
I don't. You might. I'm not sure. You better go check that out.
Yeah. Well, he was smiling, the last guy.
All right. And we are ready for kickoff. Marinette bunched up again, same as last week. Garrett Walloway puts a foot into the ball all the way down to the 16-yard line. Clintonville takes it up the left side, looking for some room, strung out nicely by the Marines and taken down at about the 22-yard line. And that is where the Truckers will take over tonight. 1st and 10, traveling left to right on your Sports Radio 570 radio dial.
And that was their big receiver, Noah Black, the number one receiver on the return. And he probably ran about 30 yards, but it was east and west. And excellent coverage there by the Marines to contain him and not let him get to that corner.
That's the game plan, tire him out.
Worked so far.
1st and 10 for Clintonville. 3 wide receivers to the right, as expected. 2 to the left. No running backs. Shotgun snap. Fires to the right. They have a man at the 32-yard line. Nice pickup there of about 6 yards. On the catch was Todd Taylor.
Now we heard that Todd Taylor is their speedster, and he just did a little curl in right in front of the linebacker, and 6 yards on first down, and that's a good first down pickup, whether you're running or throwing the ball.
You got that, and actually they gave him a better spot. Looks like he got 8 yards. So 2nd down and 2 for the Truckers at their own 33-yard line. This time they have one back behind the quarterback, Lorge. A little wide receiver screen to the left, blocked nicely, and a first down. They pick up 4 yards. Nice play there. Ty Wohlrab on the catch. Just a little wide receiver screen to the left, blocked nicely, and they pick up the first down.
I mentioned before that Noah Black is their number one receiver with 30 catches, but they will spread it out as far as distributing the ball.
I think to them that is their running play, those little screens.
Exactly.
Spread again. He rolls to the right. Lorge looking for someone to throw to. On the run, he hits his man and he drops it. Wide open was Noah Hartleben. Hit him right in the numbers and dropped it.
Yeah, right at the 45-yard line in Marinette territory, and quite simply, he was looking to make a move before he had the pigskin.
Good break there for the Marines. It brings up 2nd down and 10 for the Truckers at their own 38-yard line.
Yeah, that is a break, but then again, he also was wide open, so that's got to be a concern as well.
Wide open is an understatement. He was open by about 10 yards. The Truckers, break formation, break huddle, I mean. 1 receiver to the left, 3 to the right, and 1 running back. Lorge drops back. He's under pressure. Lets it go. He has a man wide open. Todd Taylor again has the first down and 5 yards more. Picks up 15.
Yeah, right at midfield, and he had once he got the pass from the quarterback, Lorge, he had time to make a little juke and get additional yardage. And on this drive that started at the 25, they're already in the Marinette territory and with 2 first downs.
The scary thing is they've all been wide open too.
Exactly.
1st and 10 into Marinette territory at the 45-yard line. 10 minutes, 38 seconds left in the first quarter. We're scoreless. Clintonville with the ball. They run the ball up the middle. Nothing doing there. On the run, Darren Carrig picks up nothing. Right back to the line of scrimmage. They handed it to him and did a little fake jump pass. Didn't fool anybody.
You don't see too many running backs with the number 80, but that's what his uniform number is.
They gave him 1 yard. 2nd down and 9 at the Marinette 44-yard line.
Yeah, big Tyler Olson stuffed that one up nicely with help from Kanine as well.
Completely spread out now. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. No running backs. Lords drops back, airs it out down the left side, wide open. He has, it goes through his hands and drops to the ground. Incomplete. He was wide open, but could not bring the ball in.
Yeah, he was wide open, but that ball kind of hung up there, and that gave the DB from Marinette a chance to recover a little bit, and then, like you said, it went a little high, and the receiver couldn't haul it in.
I was waiting for Jagelski to come like a streak of lightning out of nowhere and pick that off, but didn't happen.
Well, this quarterback has thrown 17 interceptions, so...
Well, I'm ready up here if he wants to throw it up this way.
See what happens.
3rd down and 9 for the Truckers. 9 minutes, 51 seconds left. First quarter. Here's the snap. Drops back. Looks to his right. He's under pressure. Rolls to his right. Hit. He throws it up in the air, and it's incomplete. That'll bring up a 4th down and 9 for the Truckers at the Marinette 44-yard line. He's lucky that didn't get intercepted because he was hit and threw it up, and it just hung up there for a long time.
Connor Nelson applying the pressure, number 46, junior linebacker for the Marines, doing a great job. And Connor did a great job of getting towards Lords and then also holding up at the right time so he didn't get a roughing the passer penalty.
Big play here to start the first quarter. 4th down and 9 for the Truckers. There is a running back behind Lorge. Not anymore. He goes in motion to the left side. Here's the snap. Lorge fakes the pass and punts it off to the left side. Takes a Trucker roll out of bounds. Let's see where they mark it. It looks like maybe around the 10-yard line, eh, Kit?
Yeah, right around 10 is where the zebra is standing.
And that's where the Marines will take over for the first time tonight with 9 minutes, 36 seconds left in the first quarter. We're scoreless.
I thought Clintonville might go for that, even though they and Lorge end up punting, but they were at the 45, 44-yard line. And when you have 2 wins all year and you're in the enemy territory, but they decide to play field position.
We'll take it. 1st down and 10 from their own 13-yard line for Marinette. They're traveling right to left on your Sports Radio 570 radio dial. First play goes to Jagelski. No, it's Weisgerber. Nice run there. He picks up 8, so both teams pick up 8 on their first play from scrimmage. Oh, it is Jagelski.
And with Marinette, you're going to see, obviously we've seen them all year. They have a pretty good balanced attack with run and pass, but certainly more of a running team. And it'd be nice to establish that early against this Truckers defense. Keep that offense off the field for the Truckers.
2nd down and 3 from the 20-yard line. Luke Johnson gets the ball, gives it to Weisgerber. Weisgerber has room, and he has the first down, it looks like to me, and he does. Picks up 5 yards.
Yeah, Dalton had a nice little spin move there to get additional yardage that I think got him the first down.
1st down and 10 for the Marines.
Clintonville plays a 44 defense with a cover 3.
8 minutes, 51 seconds left in the first quarter. We're scoreless. Marinette has the ball at their own 26-yard line. 1st down and 10. They break huddle. In motion, Weisgerber. They give it to him. He has a lot of room off the right side. Looking good. Picks up 9, maybe 10, and he pushes forward, and I think he got the first down. He was stopped after about 8 yards, but pushed forward, and I believe he has the first down.
And that sophomore gets a lot of yards after contact. And you're right. He did move the sticks. He got just past 10 yards.
He's definitely turning some heads this year, the coaches, I'm sure, for next year.
The great thing is you got, looking ahead to next year, you got both Weisgerber and also Jagelski both coming back, plus Nelson in the backfield.
A lot of people coming back, lots to look forward to. Right now it's 1st down and 10. Johnson back. Throws a fade to the left side to Jonte Webb over his shoulder, just out of his reach, and it falls incomplete.
Excellent coverage out there. Stride for stride with Webb was Noah Bleck.
How many times have we seen Webb make that catch right in that exact position right in front of the press box?
Yeah, exactly. And 3 straight runs trying to loosen up that defense a little bit for the pass. And on first down, there was a pretty good call there. Unfortunately, they just couldn't connect.
Marinette breaks huddle. Jonte Webb to the left. It's 2nd down and 10. Everybody else in tight.
Looks like Bleck is going to be shadowing Webb.
They give it to Jagelski. Jagelski has room. He has open field. 50, 40, 30,
goodbye,
20. Nobody's going to catch him. 10, 5. Touchdown, Marinette. First score of the night goes to the Marines.
Yeah, 63 yards, what they're calling it, for James Jagelski. After loosening him up with the pass, Jagelski goes right up the gut, and once he got through that first wave, that was it. He was gone. James Jagelski to the house.
How about that speed? So, like you said, as soon as he got to the second level, he made one move, and then the speed took over, and you knew he was gone.
And 10 touchdowns for Juice now in the Northeastern Conference this season. And they've come in a wide variety of ways, too. And not just running the ball, but also catching it, and a punt return for a touchdown as well.
Man of many talents. Garrett Walloway in for the extra point. Kick is up. And the kick is good. So at the 8:04 mark of the first quarter, Marinette leads 7-0. Kit and I will be right back after these messages on Sports Radio 570.
Looking for a credit union that truly cares about you and the community you live in? Then you ought to stop and see the folks at Bayshore Credit Union. Membership is open to anyone living or working in Marinette, Menominee, and Oconto counties. Whether it's everyday banking, a new auto loan, new mortgage, even a consolidation loan, they can help. And it's never too early to start establishing good credit. Bayshore Credit Union, located at 1514 Cleveland Avenue, Marinette. They're looking forward to meeting you.
Welcome back to Higley Stadium, where the Marinette Marines have struck first on homecoming. They lead 7-0 over Clintonville.
Well, it's so important to get that initial blow after Clintonville drove pretty good ways, about 40 yards or so on their first possession. The Marines defense ends up holding, and then coming back in the offense goes down and gets a quick strike.
Garrett Walloway gets ready to kick off. He puts a foot into it. We immediately have a flag. Are they saying someone went downfield before he kicked it? Maybe.
Well, why would they stop the play on that, though?
I don't know.
Let's see here.
It's against Marinette. They'll have to re-kick this. Offsides, that's what they said.
Okay.
So Garrett Walloway will retry this. This time he'll do it from the 35-yard line. Marinette 7, Clintonville 0 with 8 minutes, 4 seconds left in the first quarter.
And Garrett also plays soccer, and the Marine soccer team won yesterday 3-2 over Clintonville.
Here's the kick. Try it again. Off to the left side. Out of bounds, and we have another flag, 2 in a row against Marinette.
Oh, that's going to give Clintonville the ball in great shape. That's a penalty on obviously against Marinette, and should be the 40-yard line, but with this being 5 yards back, let's see where they're going to spot this football.
Yeah,
at the 40-yard line, so.
Not as bad as it could have been.
Right.
40's bad enough, but it could have been worse. First down and 10 from their own 40-yard line for Clintonville. They break huddle and spread everybody out. Lorge has one running back behind him, 2 receivers to the left, and 2 to the right. Luke Johnson up tight. He's under pressure. Lorge spins away, and he's taken down. There's a sack by Connor Nelson.
Now, Connor Nelson has been all over the place so far in these first 2 defensive series. He had a hurry on the last possession, almost got to Lorge, and this time he does.
A 10-yard loss. Being very disruptive.
Another one of those underclassmen right there for the Marines. Yeah, they've had great senior leadership, but also a lot of underclassmen getting some great experience this year. Of course, Connor was on the team on the varsity last year as a sophomore.
That brings up 2nd down and 20 for the Truckers. They break huddle. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and 1 running back. Here's the snap. A blitz is on. Lorge goes to his left, fires, has his man. They go out of bounds. They picked up about 12 yards on that play.
Yeah, a little more than half of what they needed for that to get to the first down. Like you mentioned, 12 yards. And Lorge rolling to his left and then throwing across his body to the right. That's not an easy throw.
We heard a lot about Bleck, but right now Todd Taylor is his favorite receiver with 35 yards on 3 catches already. Third down and 8. The scoreboard is incorrect. 3rd down and 8 for the Truckers. Lorge is back. He rolls to his right under pressure again. 2 Marines are there. Can he get rid of it? He pulls it down, runs, and he's taken down.
Yeah, right in front of the Marinette bench. And
Schmeckel got there.
Yeah, Blaine Schmeckel. Good thing that Blaine got him right by the ankles, right in front of the Marinette bench around the 45-yard line or so, because he only need about another maybe 4 or 5 yards to get the first down, and he had a pretty good head of steam, and actually went out of bounds around the 42.
So that brings up a 4th down and 8 for the Truckers.
That's probably how they get a lot of their running plays, the quarterback running.
You're probably right. Back for Marinette is Juice. James Jagelski awaits this punt. And they kick it to him. Last week, he fair catches it, and Marinette will take over at about the 28-yard line. We're not used to seeing them actually kick it to him. A lot of teams try not to.
Well, that was a very good punt, a lot of hang time, so Jagelski had no choice but to call the fair catch there.
So Marinette will take over with the lead, 7-0, with 7 minutes, 2 seconds left in the first quarter.
And the most important thing so far, the defense that has been giving up a lot of points. So far, 2 possessions, and they held Clintonville both times.
Good start to this game. Just have to keep it up. Marinette breaks huddle. Jonte Webb to the left. Everybody else in tight in the wing tee. Here's the snap. Jagelski gets the ball, tries to go inside. Not too much doing there, maybe 2 yards. But he already has 73 yards on the night and 1 touchdown.
Yeah, I think his average on the season is somewhere in the vicinity of about 6 yards per carry in that range. And he may add to that. It may increase that a little bit here tonight. Let's hope so.
Just a bit. 6 minutes, 37 seconds left in the first quarter. 2nd down and 8 for the Marines. They lead 7-0. Marinette breaks huddle. Jonte Webb to the left. Everybody else in tight. Here's the snap. Johnson back to throw. He's hit. And he's taken down. He got away from the first man, but he could not get away from the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th man, who they all took him down.
Yeah, I didn't see who nailed him first, but Luke did escape the left defensive end's pass rush. But that, like you said, it was an onslaught of Truckers coming at Luke, and he had nowhere to go.
The Truckers got through there, that's for sure. That brings up a long 3rd down for Marinette. 3rd down and 16 from their own 22-yard line.
Yeah, and Luke was looking to his left, and the initial hit came from somebody from the other side. So that's tough because Luke couldn't feel the pressure, unfortunately.
Marinette breaks huddle.
But there was a lot of pressure from everywhere.
Sure was. Luke Johnson's back. He tries a screen, and it's intercepted. He tried a little wide receiver screen to Jagelski, a running back screen, and he did not see the defensive lineman, and he threw it right in his belly, and Clintonville will take over at about the 4-yard line. What a turn of events.
Yeah, number 81 for the Truckers with that interception. And
Kyle Finger.
And Luke is just, he was beside himself. You could tell he was frustrated when he came off the field because he, like you said, he just didn't see him. Sometimes it happens as a quarterback.
He came out of nowhere, and the ball went right in his belly. A gift that was wrapped for Clintonville. Now it's 1st down and 5 for the Truckers. In Marinette territory, Lorge rolls left, looks to run, and he runs right into the end zone, untouched.
And to take advantage of that turnover quickly, a 5-yard touchdown run by the QB Lorge, and that's obviously a very difficult spot for the Marinette defense. So, well, could be tied up here real quick, but the offense will have to get back on the field and hopefully restore order here. We'll see how it goes.
5 minutes, 25 seconds left in the first quarter. Clintonville answers Marinette's score, and we await the extra point.
If there's been one common theme, though, for Marinette this year, unfortunately, it's been the turnovers, where that's really, of course, but teams, when they start to lose, that usually is the case.
The extra point is up, and the extra point is good. So with 5 minutes, 25 seconds left in the first quarter, we're all tied up. We'll take a quick break and be right back on Sports Radio 570.
Kim Barrett and all the staff of Tri-City Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine in Marinette are committed to get you back to your quality of life. Tri-City Physical Therapy has been in business for over 25 years and specialize in the treatment of shoulder, knee, and back, as well as general physical therapy. Let them help you overcome pain after an injury or disease. Tri-City Therapy and Sports can provide you with the most skilled and personalized rehabilitation treatment plan possible to help you get back on track. Tri-City Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine at 602 Wells Street in Marinette.
Welcome back to Higley Stadium, where the Clintonville Truckers answer right back with a score of their own after a turnover, a very bizarre turnover.
Well, that was a lineman's dream right there. Finger, the defensive end for the Truckers, just had the ball thrown right to him, right in his belly, and he rumbles down to the 5-yard line. Rumbled about, what?
3 feet.
Yeah, so, nonetheless, he had a little more than that, but not much.
Here's the kick. Jagelski has it, and he has room. Up the middle, breaks it out to the left side, still going. He has room at the 50. 45-40, he's being chased to the 30, 25-20, 15-10, 5. Touchdown, Marinette.
I'm looking across the way, just making sure there's no yellow on the field. I don't see any. But Jagelski, he broke a tackle right around the 45-yard line in Marinette territory, and I thought he was going to be caught there, but he somehow escaped. And Jagelski, we said he can score in a variety of ways. Well, he's got a touchdown running the football here tonight, and now one on special teams on the kickoff return. I didn't get the exact distance on that. Had been around maybe 85 yards or so.
Right around there, yeah.
Jagelski, couple of scores now here in this one, and he's one of those impact players, a difference maker, and here he is again coming through.
He sure is, and he's putting on a show tonight. Garrett Walloway in for the extra point. The crowd's up on their feet. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So at the 5:10 mark of the first quarter, we have a lot of fireworks going on right now in this game. Marinette retakes the lead, 14-7.
As the juice was loose at James Jagelski with a big kickoff return, and just when Clintonville had the momentum, they tied it thanks to the interception, and then on the ensuing play, they get a touchdown. And here comes the Marines with a big play, and James Jagelski, obviously some pretty good blocking there, but after he got kind of clogged up around, like I said, the 45-yard line, he made a couple guys miss, and he also escaped a would-be tackler, and then he was gone again.
That's really his speed is one dangerous aspect of him, but one of the most dangerous things is he's not very big, but he
doesn't go down easy.
Exactly right, and he breaks arm tackles, because I believe on that run, he had to go through the middle of the field, and I think he broke a couple arm tackles to find the space he needed.
Yeah, it was pretty clogged up there. I thought he was going to be brought down, but then, like you said, he broke those arm tackles, and the rest is history.
Good history for us. And here's the kick. Garrett Walloway gets a leg into it all the way to the 10-yard line. To the right, back to the left, tries to reverse field. Nothing doing there. Marinette with good kickoff coverage, and Clintonville will start all the way back at their own 14-yard line.
And that was an interesting return as Noah Bleck got it. Like you said, he was on the far side of the field, and then he tried to find the wedge coming all the way to the far side of the field, so he ran about 20 yards, but it was once again like the first return, going east and west, and eventually, you got to turn it up and try to at least get a little bit of yardage.
Clintonville breaks huddle. No running back this time. 2 to the left, 3 to the right. Here's the snap. Crossing pattern, hits the receiver in the hands, bounces up, and they're lucky it wasn't intercepted.
Yeah, usually those are intercepted, and unfortunately it was a little bit too far down the field.
That popped up high, too. They're very lucky that wasn't intercepted.
We're talking on before we came on the air about the game in the NFL last night. That happened on the Texans' first drive, where Foster dropped one, and it went through his hands, and then the Colts picked it off, and that was almost a replay of
Clintonville breaks huddle. One running back behind Lorge. Lorge gets it, drops back. Another crossing pattern. This time it is complete. Noah Bleck with his first catch of the night.
And Jagelski and Kanine there, and I tell you, it takes takes a lot of courage for for the receiver coming over the middle like that, because as soon as he got the ball, he got drilled pretty good by the two Marines that I just mentioned.
And you better hope that Connor Nelson isn't playing back either, because you don't want to get hit by him on a crossing pattern. 3rd down and 2 for the Truckers at their own 21-yard line.
And if you're going to get hit, you may as well catch it, right?
Exactly right. It's going to hurt either way. Here's the snap. Lorge goes to his left. He's trying to pick it up on his own. He gets away from one person, and he does pick up the first down. A 3-yard run by Damon Lorge.
That's 3 first downs for the Truckers here in this first quarter, and Lorge seems is a little dangerous when he rolls out. He's got pretty good speed.
I thought you were kidding, but you might be right. That might be the only way they get their running yards.
I think they handed off to a running back once so far, right?
Yeah, right up the middle. Clintonville with the ball, 1st down and 10 at their own 24. They try to hand it off and they fumble it, so maybe that's why they don't hand it off that often.
Yeah, that was dangerous. That was dangerous for Clintonville.
Damon Lorge falls on the fumble.
That ball was bouncing around there for a little bit. Unfortunately, the Marines were going to get in there quite quick enough to get it.
It was really odd. It was almost like the running back didn't know he was going to get it, because the handoff was right there. It was right in his stomach, but
he's not used to running plays.
I guess so. That brings up 2nd down and 14 for Clintonville at their own 20-yard line. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Lorge is back. Looks left. He has a man. Just out of his reach, incomplete. That'll bring up a long 3rd down and 14.
Another dangerous pass, and I say dangerous in terms of the receiver, because he was coming on a little post pattern, and I think it was Jagelski was back there, and that could have been, he was ready to get the big hit.
Well, you're either going to get a big hit, an interception. I mean, there's some bad things that can happen on that kind of a pass route. Clintonville in the huddle. 3 minutes, 28 seconds left in the first quarter. They break huddle. 1 receiver to the right, 3 to the left, and 1 running back behind Damon Lorge. Here's the snap. Lorge is back, looks left, finds his man, eludes 1, but he can't get away from it. Might have been Jagelski who pushed him out of bounds, short of the first down.
Another good work by the Marinette defense on this series. Really, the first quarter, Marinette's defense has looked really good. The only score that Clintonville got was set up by a turnover that they had 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. So they should be kicking it away here again on 4th down and about 3, and pretty deep in their own territory. We'll see if they kick it to Jagelski or not. So far, James has 2 touchdowns, 1 kickoff return and 1 running the football. Let's see what the Truckers do here.
Clintonville breaks huddle.
Yeah, they'll kick it.
They spread it out, but Lorge drops back.
Oh,
he keeps it. He fakes the punt. He's close to the marker, and he has it. He got away from 1 tackler, and he picked up the first down, plus about 2 or 3 more yards.
Well, at the last second there, I said they'll kick it, and
you jinxed them.
Marinette was thinking the same thing, unfortunately, but that was even though you only have 2 wins on the year in week number 8, that's still a pretty gutsy call. Back where they tried that 4th down fake back at their own inside the 35-yard line.
Big play in this game. Marinette would have had the ball back with the lead. Instead, they stay on defense. Here's the snap. Lorge is back. He's looking left. Instead, he pulls it down to run. Up the middle. Not too much doing there. He's lucky he didn't lose the ball because he was stood up, and Marinette was trying to rip it out, and maybe they did.
They did, but did they say he was down? I think his forward progress might have been stopped. I think that's what the refs are going to say. They're indicating 2nd down, but that was very close, and a great job by the defense to hold up Lorge, who was still battling for some yards and trying to move forward. So I'm kind of surprised that they blew the whistle that quickly.
He's lucky he didn't get hurt though,
because
close. he was being tackled low and he was up high.
And the ball was coming loose.
Clintonville breaks huddle. No running backs. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Lorge is back. He's under pressure, and he's taken down by Jesse Johnston.
And Jesse Johnston from the left defensive end position gets the sack as he brings him down. And we're going to be talking to Jesse in the very near future. He'll be one of our guests.
He sure will. We'll have him for you next Friday at halftime. We'll have Jesse Johnston.
Yeah, Spencer Hipke, the halftime guest here tonight. You had a chance to chat with him earlier in the week.
Yeah, we had a great time. Talked for quite a while actually, and you'll get to hear that at halftime. Right now it's 3rd down and 15 at their own 34-yard line for Clintonville. 1 minute, 38 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's the snap. Lorge drops back straight. They try to screen. They let all the defenders in, try to screen, but the running back slipped, and it falls incomplete.
And obviously they did let the defenders come in, but that 4-man front from Marinette, led by Tyler Olson and Jesse Johnson and company, they realized they got to get some pressure on this quarterback because you don't want him sitting in the pocket all day long.
And they have gotten a lot of pressure, too. He's been running around quite a bit.
And with help from Connor Nelson out of the linebacker position.
James Jagelski back for the punt. I don't think they're going to fake this one. 4th down and 15. Hits the ground. Jagelski picks it up, moves to his left, has a little bit of room, and he's up the sideline. 50, 40, 33, and he's pushed out of bounds, but there's a yellow flag back, way back where he picked up the ball. I don't know what it could be. He was all by himself.
Well, did they call was there a hold there? I mean, like you said, the flag is pretty deep on that play. Well, that's what it's got to be, our illegal block. We'll hear from the official here, I believe. He was checking his mic up here earlier, but it wasn't working. Like he was asking us for it.
I know,
you've come to the wrong place, sir.
That's what I was thinking. You're asking the wrong person. I've never even seen that. Block in the back, you called that.
Yeah, and his mic is working, which is good.
So that negates a nice run. Nice return by James Jagelski up the left side of the field. He had brought it all the way into Trucker territory to the 33-yard line. Instead, after the penalty, Marinette will take over at their own 25, so that's a big penalty.
Yeah, huge in terms of field position, and 3 penalties for 30 yards and a turnover, so quite a few mistakes by the Marines in this first quarter, even though they were ahead by a touchdown.
But then again, without the block in the back, maybe he wouldn't have had the space.
Yeah.
Here's the snap. Weisgerber off the right side, cuts it up. He picks up about 2 yards. Dalton Weisgerber with 18 yards tonight on 3 carries. 1 minute, 5 seconds left in the first quarter. Marinette leads 14-7. Homecoming tonight.
Yeah, and always a festive atmosphere. The Marines doing a good job of mixing things up with the running game with Jagelski and Weisgerber, and also with the occasional throw. So keeping this Truckers defense honest here in the early going.
2nd down and 8 for the Marines at their own 27-yard line. They lead 14-7. Weisgerber in motion. Johnson drops back, fires to the right side. He has Jagelski. Nice play.
And talk about Luke Johnson hanging in there in the pocket because he was getting a pass rush, and he got it off just in the nick of time and hitting Jagelski out in the flat on the right side of the field. Good for the first down, as you mentioned, Eric, and that's 3 first downs for the Marines here in this first quarter.
That is actually the first completed pass tonight for Marinette. Did you know that?
Well, yeah, because that was a 3rd attempt, I believe.
3rd, yeah.
And 1 completed pass to the wrong team, unfortunately, but
yeah.
You're right, yeah.
13-yard pickup. Marinette takes over. 1st and 10 from their own 43-yard line. They give it to Jagelski off the left side, looking for room. He hits the edge. Nice pickup. He just strung it out. Finally got around the end and picked up about 6 yards, 5 or 6 yards. Nice run.
Yeah, excellent first down play.
Almost 7 yards.
Jagelski's having quite a quarter, huh?
He sure is. He has 80 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. He had that huge 85-yard kickoff return for a touchdown.
Plus he has a pass reception.
2nd down and 3 for Marinette at midfield. Weisgerber in motion. Johnson fakes it to him, drops straight back, rolls to his left, lets it go. He has Webb. Webb dies and just off his fingertips. And boy, what a play again, Kit.
Yeah.
Luke Johnson hanging into the last second.
Yeah, and he did get hit just as he launched that thing, but I'm not sure if that affected the pass at all because that thing it was actually an overthrow. It wasn't like it was thrown an underthrow or anything. And Webb, once again, a game of inches, he just missed that baby.
Every game I appreciate Luke Johnson's toughness and his arm. My goodness, he was rolling to his left, which is opposite of the way he throws. He's right-handed, and he launched that ball.
He's got a strong arm, that's for sure.
Weisgerber in motion. They give it to him. Cuts it inside, bounces it outside, back inside, spins. He loses the ball. I think Marinette gets back on that ball.
And they did, and they're losing about 5-6 yards Weisgerber was just battling to try to get that first down, and you got to give the youngster credit because he does not like to go down, and he was just fighting and fighting. And sometimes when you're putting forth that much effort trying to get that additional yardage, well, that ball will come loose, and it did that time. And like I said, fortunately, the Marines did pounce on it.
He's hanging around juice too much, I think. That's spinning and jumping and hopping. He was doing a lot. That's a good thing, yeah.
I'm saying that's not a bad thing.
Not at all.
Make sure you hang on to the pigskin, though.
He's really turning into a different runner than we saw the first few weeks of the season, isn't he? At the first few weeks, he was just basically getting the ball and running straight forward. But, boy, he's really using his speed and bouncing things outside now and cutting back. He's really turning into a more all-around runner now, I think.
And keep this in mind, he's only a sophomore. A sophomore. He's got 2 more years at the varsity level.
Very impressed with him.
First quarter history.
First quarter is over, and Marinette leads 14-7. They'll have a 4th down and 6 to begin the second quarter. We turn things around here. Marinette will be traveling left to right now.
And we talked about this will be an entertaining game and probably high scoring so far as advertised.
Very exciting game. Marinette gets ready to punt. Here's the kick off his foot to the right side, a very short kick. The referee is moving up. He keeps walking. Clintonville will take over at their own 40-yard line, so a very short, about a 20-yard kick.
Yeah, Jesse Johnston not happy with that punt that time, and once again, good field position for the Truckers here.
Marinette leads 14-7 to begin the second quarter. The Truckers huddle up, trying to find something that'll work for them right now because the only reason they have a score is a mistake by the Marines.
That's right. The only turnover of the game was that interception. Unfortunately, Luke Johnson didn't see the defensive end, and that led to the Truckers' touchdown. 3 penalties on Marinette, none for Clintonville, but the Marines up by 7 points, 14-7.
The referees are discussing something right now.
You know, this Clintonville team, they're prone to turn the ball over, and you know the Marinette defense knows that, so they got to be thinking that way.
Marinette has some ball hawks, that's for sure, in the secondary.
They've come close a couple of times here so far.
They sure have. Clintonville has it. Lorge under pressure. He's hit, but he spins away to the right side. He loses the ball as he tries to spin, and I think Clintonville got it. And they're lucky because he was going to be taken down right at the line of scrimmage. Instead, after the fumble, they pick up 3.
That pigskin's going all over the place here tonight.
The holy roller all over again.
Exactly.
Second down and 6 at their own 44-yard line for Clintonville. They trail 14-7. They break huddle. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, 1 running back. Lorge back. Fires to the left side, and there it is. It's intercepted. There's a lot of room to the right side, to the 20. 10, 5, touchdown Connor Nelson, Marinette.
Yeah, it took about a little more than 50 yards. I think they were saying officially, I want to say 44 yards, what I heard them say, 44 yards. Connor Nelson, what we were just saying about the ball hawks, there we go. And Connor Nelson is having a whale of a first half. He has a sack, he has a hurry, now he has a pick 6 for the Marinette Marines, who are now up by a couple of scores here in Clintonville, and they scored on special teams, they scored on a run, and now on the defense.
We just have to have you keep saying things like that. You have the magic touch tonight, I think. Garrett Walloway with the orange shoes is in. Kick is up. And the kick is good. Marinette leads 21-7 with 11 minutes, 6 seconds left in the first half. Great start here for homecoming for the Marinette Marines. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by North Motorsports, the area's only full-line dealer of Honda, Can-Am, Ski-Doo, Sea-Doo, and Snapper outdoor products. From their friendly sales staff to their certified service technicians, they've got you covered. Visit North Motorsports at 3711 10th Street in Menominee, or give them a call at 906-863-5592. Also, Kane Chevrolet, driving the game to you, is the #1 truck destination north of Green Bay. Kane Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, O'Connell, and Marinette.
Connor Nelson really has everything you want in a linebacker, and he's only a junior. Was back for another year, which is great. Of course, he had a lot of playing time last year as a sophomore, but he's got the ball hawking skills. He's an excellent tackler, and he also has the football IQ as well.
Definitely does, and good hands as he showcased there, and speed.
That always helps.
Sure does. 11:06 left in the first half. Marinette leads 21-7. Garrett Walloway gets a leg into it. Looks like it's going to go out of bounds again, and it does. Another penalty against Marinette. A lot of flags tonight, but not coming back to haunt the Marines yet.
Yeah, none against Clintonville. That's 4 on Marinette, and 2 of them are actually on kickoffs going out of bounds.
So Clintonville will take over. First down and 10 from the 35-yard line, their own 35-yard line. Marinette leads 21-7. The defense starting to show off a little bit now.
And quarterback Damon Lorge for Clintonville now has thrown 18 picks on the year. This one taken to the house by Connor Nelson.
First down and 10 at their own 35-yard line. Damon Lorge is under center this time. He gets it. They hand it off up the middle, and there's nothing doing there. And all the Marines are trying to rip that ball out.
And you don't see Clintonville go under center too often. We're talking to their play-by-play guy for their radio station, and matter of fact, he said last week they were on a 4th and inches, and they went under center, and he was really surprised. So right there was a rarity that you and I just witnessed.
Yep, Darren Carrig with the carry. He only got 1. That brings up second down and 9 for the Truckers. This time they go back to what they're used to. Empty backfield, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Lorge fires it, wide receiver screen to the right, makes one man miss. We have a flag. They picked up 2, but there is a flag, and I think it's on that blocking.
Yeah, I think you're right. There might have been a little offensive interference, offensive pass interference, or an illegal block. We'll see what they call here.
On those wide receiver screens, the blocking has to be perfect.
Might want to decline this, so they only got 2 yards. It'd be 3rd and 8.
I think I would.
Let's see what the Marines decide to do here. Hear from the official.
See what they do.
Yeah, they actually call a hold on that. So a 10-yard penalty against Clintonville, and the Marines do accept it, the first penalty of the evening on Clintonville.
So second down and 19 for the Truckers at their own 26-yard line. 10 minutes, 23 seconds left in the first half. Marinette leads 21-7. Lorge is back to pass, fires over the middle to nobody. I think there was a little bit of miscommunication there.
Yeah. I'm not sure who the intended receiver was, but
I think Lorge thought he was going to go straight, go deep, and he cut it off on a little.
He thought he was going to zig, and he zagged instead.
Zigzag to nowhere on that one. Third down and 19 at their own 26-yard line. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and 1 running back behind Damon Lorge. Here's the snap, and they run it up the middle on third down and 19, and they don't get much, maybe 2.
Well, I think the Clintonville coaching staff there just didn't want to make the big mistake and all of a sudden be down 28-7.
Yeah, a little gun shy, I suppose, after you throw 18 interceptions on a year. You can get worried about things like that.
Yeah, and on 3rd and long, you got to force it pretty deep, so they decided just play it very safe here, and we'll see if they don't play it safe and kick it to number 21.
I was going to say, now they have another headache. Juice is back there, and they do kick it to him, surprisingly. He has it at the 38. Goes to his right. He has room. There he's to midfield already, to the 40, to the 30. Cuts it back, and he slips. Nice run there, and he wasn't even touched until he was in Trucker territory. About the 30-yard line was the first time he was touched.
I think Denmark had the right idea last week. Just kick it away from him no matter what you got to do. Keep it away from James Jagelski. And I heard them say there's a flag on the play.
There is a flag. I guarantee you this, if he didn't slip, that was a touchdown because he was going to cut it back.
But is the penalty against Marinette? Let's see here.
I think it's against Clintonville.
Yeah, they're talking to John T. Webb right now. Oh, a face mask.
Inadvertent, so it'll only be 5 yards. But Marinette will start this drive in prime territory at at the 18-yard line of Clintonville.
It's a shame that James did slip because he could have had another touchdown and another way too. This time on a punt return.
He's going to try to get every way tonight. Marinette with the ball. Jagelski up the middle. Pushes forward. A nice pickup.
And James already with a rushing touchdown and a kickoff return for a touchdown if you just tuned in. And also Connor Nelson with an interception return for a touchdown.
Nice 6-yard pickup there. He has 86 yards now on 5 carries. It's a nice average. Jagelski goes out to the left. No, he has the ball. That was Hipke. Jagelski right up the middle. Looks like he picked up about 4 yards. That brings him to 90 yards tonight now on only 6 carries.
Of course, when you start the night with how long was that, 63 yards, I think it was?
That's a nice way to start it, yeah. You're kind of ahead of the game then.
Yeah. The only bad thing is your average is going to go down with every carry after that.
Well, maybe you can throw a couple big ones in there and keep it up. 3rd down and 1 for Marinette at the Trucker 9-yard line. Marinette leads 21-7 with 8 minutes, 22 seconds left in the first half. Jagelski gets the first down. Well, looks like he got all the way down to maybe the 5-yard line.
They're getting some tough inside yards right now for James Jagelski and the Marines.
He got down to the 6. It'll be 1st and goal from the 6-yard line for Marinette. 8 minutes, 14 seconds left in the first half. Marinette already leading 21-7, looking to get more. Webb out to the left, one-on-one coverage. They give it to Jagelski off the left side, all the way to the goal line. He's a little bit short, it looks like. I think he got to the 1.
It's a heavy dose of James Jagelski here ever since he started this with a big punt return.
2nd down and goal from the 1-yard line for Marinette.
And that Marinette offensive line, they're doing a great job controlling the line of scrimmage.
Creating a lot of holes and getting a lot of push right now. Marinette breaks huddle. Jonte Webb splits to the right. Everybody else in tight. Hard count. They got the Truckers to move, I believe. Let's see if they say it's against Clintonville. The referees discuss.
Well, if it is, it'll be about a 1-yard penalty.
Yeah, I don't think Marinette was purposely trying to get them off sides of the hard count at the 1-yard line. Jonte Webb to the right. Everybody else in tight. Here's the snap. Johnson takes it himself. He's in, but there are flags.
There's been no shortage of flags here in this first half. This may negate false start.
So that'll push Marinette back to the 6-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and goal from the 6 now with 7 minutes, 18 seconds left in the first half. Marinette leads 21-7.
And 5 penalties for 50 yards against Marinette here in the first half and 3 for 16 against Clintonville.
Marinette breaks huddle. Jonte Webb to the right. Everybody else in tight. Here's the snap. They give it to Connor Nelson up the middle. And he's in. Touchdown Marinette. Connor Nelson with 2 in a row.
Yeah, Connor Nelson with a 2-score night here. And one on the defensive side, now one carrying the football as he gets that run from about 6 yards out. And the Marines rolling on offense here.
It's nice to see Connor getting some touchdowns, after all his hard work. He's had a really good season coming back after he started the season hurt.
Right.
And he's came back and he's had a great year on defense and on offense playing fullback. So it's nice to see him get some rewards tonight.
Yeah, he missed the first game of the year, but has been back ever since and been steady, that's for sure.
So it's the Connor Nelson show in the second quarter after the James Jagelski show in the first quarter, and Marinette is now up 28-7 after the extra point was good. We'll take a quick break and be right back. More action on Sports Radio 570. Bayside Motorsports and Cycle is your full-line service destination, servicing most makes and models of ATVs and motorcycles, from a simple tune-up and oil change to major engine overhauls. Their expanded service department will have you back on your machine fast. Bayside Motorsports and Cycle also specializes in motorcycle and ATV performance work to keep you a step above your competition. Ask about their service specials. Bayside Motorsports and Cycle in Green Bay or at BaysideMotorsports.com. Welcome back to Higley Stadium, where the Marinette Marines lead the Clintonville Truckers 28-7 with 6 minutes 59 seconds left in the first half.
And Marinette looking very good in all facets of the game. Of course, I guess only negative is that they do have 5 penalties.
Here's the kickoff. Walloway gets a leg into it all the way down to the 13-yard line, and it worked out perfect. I'm not sure why he caught that.
Well, when I was saying the only negative, Marinette has 5 penalties, and 2 are on kickoffs going out of bounds, and that really should have been a third right there.
Todd Taylor for the Truckers, he was standing right at the out-of-bounds line there. Instead of letting it go out, he catches it and falls out of bounds, so they'll take over at the 15.
I think he was eager to return one.
I guess so.
But unfortunately, he couldn't keep himself in bounds, and now his team is backed up pretty good.
First down and 10 at their own 15-yard line. 6 minutes, 58 seconds left in the first half. Marinette with a big lead, 28-7. The Truckers, as always, spread it out. 3 to the right. They try again with the wide receiver screen, and this time he's hammered, taken down. It looks behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the Marines obviously have that play well scouted. Clintonville having no success running that little wide receiver screen, and sometimes that can be a tough play to defend. But Marinette's been doing a great job. They've been getting, if anything, maybe a yard or two. But they actually, like you said, they actually lost a couple. And that was Jesse Johnston, the defensive end, actually going out to help that time.
Having a big game. Clintonville breaks huddle, spreads them out again. One running back in the backfield. Lorge is back, has a lot of time, rolls to his right. Now he's under pressure, spins, lets it go, and he just threw it away.
Yeah, he was kind of twirling around like a top back there, and that was dangerous.
That's never good if you're a quarterback.
Yeah, he might have been a little dizzy when he threw that, and that's not a good thing.
He was lucky he got rid of it without getting hit. That brings up a 3rd down and 12 for the Truckers. Things are just getting worse for them right now.
Yeah, Lorge does have some escapability. But it's tough when you're being pursued by quite a few Marines.
They were all over him there, and he was lucky he got rid of it. The Truckers break huddle. 2 receivers to the right and 2 to the left. Here's the snap. Lorge is back, fires it deep. Nobody there except James Jagelski, and he has it at the 40-yard line, and he's taken down. There were no Truckers in the area. And Jagelski just camps under it and has an interception to go along with everything else he's done tonight.
That brings it back down to the 34-yard line. Unfortunately, never could really make a move there, but that's okay. 2.
You sound disappointed.
I am, because he's fun to watch in the open field. Well, that's 2 picks now for the Marinette defense. Connor Nelson and now James Jagelski, both here in the second quarter.
First down and 10 for the Marines at the Truckers' 32-yard line. They break huddle. Jonte Webb to the left. We have a whistle. And we're back in action. Johnson back, goes deep, fade to the left side to Webb. He does not catch it, but there are flags coming in from everywhere, and that'll be interference.
And there was a good reason why he didn't catch that. Pass interference all the way, and the Marines going for the home run on the bomb to Jonte Webb down the left sidelines, and that would have been complete except for the interference, so they get the 15-yard penalty.
It almost looked like face guarding. The defensive back never turned his head around to look for the ball.
Yeah, Webb had him beat.
Let's see what they call here. They're still discussing it. Pass interference on the Truckers. Marinette will have the ball first down and 10 at the 18-yard line of Clintonville. 6 minutes left in the first half. Marinette 28, the Truckers 7. Jonte Webb goes to the left again. Jagelski in motion. They give it to Connor Nelson up the middle, and Connor Nelson picks up 3 yards.
But the only thing Marinette hasn't done here in this first half is score via the pass. I think Luke really wanted one to Webb that last time.
I'm actually surprised how much they've run it, but they've been very successful, so why not?
Oh, exactly, yeah.
2nd down and 6. They gave him 4 yards on that carry.
And I think just one completed pass so far from Marinette.
Just one, yeah. He has 13 yards on 1 of 4. Jonte Webb to the right. Dalton Weisgerber with him. Over the middle to Webb. It hits him, pops up, and he catches it for a touchdown. Touchdown, Marinette.
And that was excellent concentration there by Webb. And if he would have dropped that, he would have had some explaining to do to Luke Johnson. Because Luke right to him. And it's a little chilly out here. My hands are getting a little cold, but those guys are out there playing. And Webb, with a little slant pattern in the back of the end zone, like you said, he bobbled it, but then he managed to cradle it after it popped loose.
I don't know if it hit his shoulder pads and popped up and he caught it on the second thing. I'm not sure, but he got it anyway. So
yeah, either way, it was great concentration by Webb to get the score.
Marinette, we await the extra point. It's 34-7 right now as we await this extra point.
He's had a good line from Rob Petzel, which I'll steal here in a second. But
always stealing lines.
Not always, but
you got some good ones of your own too. I'll give you credit.
Another penalty.
Another flag. How many is that now? They have a lot tonight.
That's an illegal substitution before the Marines try the extra point. Let's see. This is penalty number 6 for 55 yards against Marinette, but obviously not hurting him here tonight.
Not at all. So Garrett Walloway will have a little bit longer extra point now. Here's the snap. Kick is up, and he drives it through. No problem. After that extra point is good. Marinette now leads 35-7.
And Garrett Walloway 5 for 5 on extra points. He does have 2 kickoffs that have gone out of bounds and almost a third, but just talking to Rob Petzel below, he was saying, he had a good line. He said Garrett needs to, of course, Garrett's a big golfer, excellent golfer for Marinette, and he said that what he needs to do is adjust his club face, and he'll kick it in the right direction. But
okay, that was a good one.
Yeah, and speaking of golf, good luck to Kayla Thielen of the Marinette girls golf team. Kayla, a senior for the Marinette girls golf team, competing at State in Madison, coming up on Monday and Tuesday in Division II at University Ridge. And good luck to Kayla coming up on Monday and Tuesday at State.
She's had a great season this year.
Yeah, that's for sure.
We're back underway. Garrett Walloway gets the right club face this time, all the way down to the 15-yard line. Clintonville brings it up to the 29-yard line. On that return was Todd Taylor. And they'll take over, 1st down and 10 at their own 29-yard line, trailing Marinette 35-7.
Now, Clintonville is really in deep waters now, down 35-7, and they're a passing team, and Marinette just licking their chops right now. They have a couple of picks, they have a couple of sacks, so Clintonville's got to be thinking, well, what do we do here?
Exactly right, and when you have number 21 roaming back there waiting to pick the ball off.
Yeah, number 46 has been pretty good, too.
You're in
Connor
trouble.
Nelson.
Clintonville breaks huddle, and then they decide to go back in the huddle. Now they officially break huddle. 1st down and 10 at their own 28-yard line. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. 1 back behind Damon Lorge. It looks like we're going to get a timeout. Clintonville, they take a timeout with 5 minutes. 13 seconds left in the first half. Marinette 35, Clintonville 7. We'll take a quick break and be right back on Sports Radio 570.
Where can you go to get a bite to eat before or after the game? Dexter's. Dexter's in Menominee has enough seating for the whole team and a menu to fit everyone's taste and appetite. Or call ahead and take your order to go. Dexter's looks forward to seeing you this year. Good luck to all M&M sports participants. Dexter's, located on 10th Avenue in Menominee. Check out their menu online at dextersrestaurantonline.com and like us on Facebook.
Welcome back to Higley Stadium, where we have a lot of good things to report. Marinette leads on homecoming night 35-7. Great night for the Marines so far.
Yeah, that is for sure looking good in all phases of the game and really presenting all kinds of problems for Clintonville here tonight. Marinette has scored a defensive touchdown, a special teams touchdown. They have a couple of rushing touchdowns and also a pass from Luke Johnson to Jonte Webb. So I think they're covering all bases here in the first half.
They are, and all year long we talked to the coach, we talked to the players, and they all talked about playing 4 good quarters. Well, they're almost halfway there. Besides the penalties, I think they've played quite a good first half.
Oh, without question.
And we're back underway. 5 minutes, 13 seconds left in the first half. Clintonville with the ball, first down and 10 at their own 28-yard line. In motion is Lucas Walrab. Lorge has it, rolls out, hits his man, but they drop it. It would have been a pickup of 7. Instead, incomplete.
And it's tough when you're having a difficult night like Lorge is as a quarterback, and when you do make a nice pass, then your receiver can't hang on to it. I'm not sure if Hipke got a hand on it or not. It was close, but either way, that's a ball that could have been caught.
I know one thing. When it gets colder like this, you were talking about your hands were getting cold. When you're down 35-7, your hands are cold.
Yeah, colder.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Clintonville breaks huddle. 1 receiver to the left, 3 to the right. Lorge is back, fires to the right, has his man. Not much doing there. A little 3-yard pickup by Chase Poppy.
Yeah, once again, just great coverage out there by the Marines, led by James Jagelski making the initial hit.
There's just not a lot of room for them on any of these plays. Max Drees on that tackle.
And Jagelski and Drees teaming up for the stop there.
Max Drees, another young player for the Marines. Here's the snap. Lorge is back under pressure, and he is taken down. There were quite a few Marines in there, and they were in there quick. He had no chance.
And Drees again, and Connor Nelson also helping out, but Max Drees, back-to-back plays, gets in on tackles.
That'll bring up a 4th down and 13 for the Truckers, and there's that man again, James Jagelski. Juice awaiting the kick.
Will he have the opportunity, though? We'll see.
They wouldn't dare, would they? After all he's done tonight, you're going to kick it to him? I wouldn't. But I want them to, though. It would be exciting.
Sometimes you may not be trying to kick it to him, but it still goes to him anyway. that can happen.
The Marinette player jumps offside, so that'll be a 5-yard penalty.
It's not going to hurt him. They need a 12 for the first down, but nonetheless, still another infraction on the Marines. Unofficially, I got him for, I go to a different page here, just about, that's 7 for about 60 yards now.
That'll be 5-yard penalty. It'll bring up down and 8 for Clintonville.
Amazingly, those penalties have not come back to haunt them in any way, shape, or form.
That's not usually how it works. 4th down and 8 at their own 31-yard line, and we have a timeout. Marinette this time. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by North Motorsports, the area's only full-line dealer of Honda, Can-Am, Ski-Doo, Sea-Doo, and Snapper. Outdoor products from their friendly sales staff to their certified service technicians. They've got you covered. Visit North Motorsports at 3711 10th Street in Menominee or give them a call at 906-863-5592. Also, Kane Chevrolet driving the game to you as the #1 truck destination north of Green Bay. Kane Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, O'Connell, and Marinette.
Yeah, it's been a very long first half with 11 penalties combined, 3 turnovers, and 42 points scored. Fortunately, 35 of those points are by the home team here at Higley Stadium.
And it looks like we're going to be back underway here. It'll be 4th down and 8 for the Truckers at their own 31-yard line. 3 minutes, 43 seconds left in the first half. Marinette leads 35-7. James Jagelski stands at his own 38-yard line. Here's the snap. There's the kick. Off to the right side and out of bounds. Marinette will take over around midfield. Let's see.
I think you call that a directional kick, kicking it in the direction that is not in the direction of James Jagelski, something like that. But well, the punter kind of took it, and he really took his time. He kind of took a few steps off to the right, and he was really angling it towards the sidelines. And, well, I guess putting it at around midfield, or actually just the nose of the football into Clintonville territory, is better than having Jagelski take it maybe to the 20-yard line or to the house.
Yeah, I think so. First down and 10 for Marinette at the 49-yard line of Clintonville. Here's the snap. Pitch to the right side. Jagelski has it. Busts inside. Picks up maybe a yard. He's at 99 right now. 99 yards on 9 carries.
And total yards, just an amazing first half for Jagelski when you talk about return yards, and plus he has a few yards on an interception return as well. So doing it all, that is for sure. And but he's not doing it alone. He's got a lot of help here from his teammates here tonight, that's for sure.
It'll be second down and 9 for Marinette. 3 minutes, 5 seconds left in the first half, and they lead 35-7. Marinette breaks huddle. They're traveling left to right on your Sports Radio 570 radio dial. Jonte Webb split left. Everybody else in tight. Johnson rolls to his left, spins away from trouble, lofts it up, and he has a man. A juggling catch by Connor Nelson, and he has the first down, or at least very close to the sticks.
And what a play by by Luke Johnson. He did a little spin move to avoid getting tackled, and then going against the grain, he just throws a little touch pass that somehow found his fullback, Connor Nelson, coming out of the backfield, who kind of juggled it but hauled it in. And like you said, it's almost a first down, third and about a half yard now.
Boy, when he spun like that and he let it go, I thought he was just throwing it away. I didn't know he had a beat on a receiver.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, and then Nelson was kind of tiptoeing the sidelines, and he made the grab. And that was a nice catch by Nelson, but beautiful, like we said, a touch throw by Luke Johnson.
Third down and 1 for the Marines at the Clintonville 39-yard line. Here's the snap. Johnson back. He's under pressure again. Goes to his left. This time he lets it go. It's incomplete, but we do have flags.
Yeah, probably holding, that'd be my guess, against the Marines here. So instead of 3rd and inches, the Marines try to throw it here, and thinking that they probably had 2 chances to get this first down, but now they're going to have 3rd and about 11, or maybe even longer than that.
I know what they were trying to do. They thought 3rd down and 1, the Truckers would be looking for a run, and they were going to try to go deep to Webb, but there was too much pressure on Luke Johnson. He didn't have a chance. That's a big penalty all the way back into Marinette territory at their own 42-yard line now.
Because it was from the spot of the foul.
So it goes from 3rd and inches to 3rd down and 19. Another timeout, Marinette. We'll take a quick break and be back on Sports Radio 570.
Find your next truck at Kane, the #1 truck destination north of Green Bay for 2015. From the most dependable full-size pickups on the road, Kane delivers Silverado. Or the most advanced pickup ever, Kane delivers Sierra. Right now, visit Kane in Marinette or O'Connell to enter the Chevrolet Packers Ultimate Fan Sweepstakes. Win a 2016 Chevrolet and other great prizes. Over 300 quality vehicles at KaneGM.com, O'Connell and Marinette.
Welcome back to Higley Stadium, where the Marinette Marines lead 35-7 over the Clintonville Truckers. There's 2 minutes, 14 seconds left in the first half, and Marinette has a long 3rd down, 3rd and 19.
And 8 penalties for 75 yards against Marinette. And that's and despite that fact, they're ahead by huge numbers here, up by 28 points as we approach the intermission.
3rd down and 19 for the Marines. Jonte Webb to the right, Nathan Paris to the right. Here's the snap. Johnson's back, eludes the pressure, goes out to his right, and he's going to run, and he has room to the 50, to the 45, out of bounds at the 41-yard line.
Well, excellent run by Luke Johnson, and I see a Clintonville Trucker is down in the field back in the backfield, and the Marines will be in position to maybe go for it here on 4th down.
Almost back to where they were on the 3rd and inches.
Yeah.
It looks like maybe 4th down and 2. So he almost picked it all up.
Yeah, outside of Jagelski's touchdown run, I think that's the longest run of the night for Marinette.
It was a good job. He wasn't trying to run. He was back to throw, but
right.
He took what they gave him.
About 17 yards, I believe, on the run.
We're going to take another break as there's a Clintonville player down, and we'll be right back on Sports Radio 570.
Hi, this is Paul, CEO of the Menominee County Federal Credit Union. We're proud to sponsor high school sports on Bay City Radio, and we encourage all of you to support high school athletics as well. We know there's no better way for our young people to learn the lessons of life than by competing in sports. The Menominee County Federal Credit Union, where you dream the dream, will help make it come true, with locations in Powers, Kearney, Stevenson, and Menominee. Persons living or working in Marinette and Menominee counties are eligible for membership.
Prestige Auto Body and Truck Repair has over 25 years of experience to make your repairs fast, easy, and worry-free. With around-the-clock towing, electronic estimating, early drop-off, pickup, delivery, and the comfort of knowing Prestige Auto Body and Truck Repair is an I-CAR Gold Class shop, one of only 25 in the state, located on the corner of Highway 64 and 180 in Marinette. Call 715-732-4544. That's 715-732-4544 to get your estimate today. Prestige Auto Body and Truck Repair. They take the worry out of your collision repair.
Peshtigo National Bank, your locally owned independent community bank, supports all local high school sports. Since opening in 1901, they've grown to 5 locations in Peshtigo, Coleman, Oconto Falls, Gillett, and Marinette. Hometown banking with your neighbors and friends, Peshtigo National Bank has proudly served the community for over 100 years. Locally owned community banks support and help fund local projects. Keep your banking local and speak with a representative today. Good luck to all area high school teams from Peshtigo National Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Higley Stadium, where we are back underway. We have a 4th down and 2 for Marinette at the 41-yard line of Clintonville. Here's the snap. Pitch to the left side to Jagelski. He has the first down. Not by much, but he got it. And that puts him over 100 yards. He now has 102 and 10 carries.
And how about that after getting hit with that holding penalty and having 3rd and 19, the Marines come back and get the first down, and they have a chance to get one more score here before halftime.
1 minute, 51 seconds left in the first half. Marinette leads 35-7. They have a first down and 10 at the Clintonville 38-yard line. Jonte Webb to the right. Everybody else in tight. Luke Johnson's back, under pressure, spins away, but he can't spin away from the 3rd and 4th trucker who came through, and he's taken down for about a 5-yard loss.
Clintonville's been coming close and getting to Luke, and that time they got to him. The pass play was going to be a deep one, and Luke just didn't have the time to set up and look for his receiver.
It's hard to get a clean shot on him. You notice that? On Luke Johnson? He's good at spinning away at the very last second.
And the veteran senior quarterback there knows how to move around in the pocket just enough to buy a little time, but unfortunately couldn't buy enough that time.
2nd down and 15. Johnson hands it off to Jagelski up the middle, picks up 7. That was an interesting play. Johnson got the ball, kind of rolled to his right like he was going to throw, and then stuck the ball in the belly of Jagelski, who picked up about 6 yards. Give him 7. That brings up 3rd down and 9 with 41 seconds and ticking right now.
The Marines do have one timeout left. They're trying to save it here, but they're huddling, so this clock is evaporating rather quickly.
We're down to 31 seconds. Marinette is up to the ball. Jonte Webb to the right. Johnson's back, fires it to Weisgerber. Weisgerber cannot get much, only 2. 20 seconds left and counting. And there's that timeout. They got the timeout with 19 seconds left in the first half.
What do you think, bomb to Webb?
Yeah, that's good for me. Remember they tried that, a few weeks ago we thought they were going to do that, and they had Webb go to the left, and instead of throwing a fade to him, they threw a fade to the right side to Jagelski, and he caught it.
Yeah, that was at Oconto Falls. Well, if Johnson has the time, take your choice. But either way you can, you got to like your odds.
Exactly right. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by North Motorsports, the area's only full-line dealer of Honda, Can-Am, Ski-Doo, Sea-Doo, and Snapper. Outdoor products from their friendly sales staff to their certified service technicians. They've got you covered. Visit North Motorsports at 3711 10th Street in Menominee or give them a call at 906-863-5592. Also, Kane Chevrolet, driving the game to you, is the #1 truck destination north of Green Bay. Kane Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Oconto, and Marinette.
Coming up at halftime, we'll hear Eric's interview with Spencer Hipke, part of our halftime programming here on Sports Radio 570.
We're back underway, 4th down and 6 for the Marines. Here's the snap. Luke Johnson back, looking left, goes left. There it is. Dante Webb's there. It's intercepted. And there's a lot of room down the left side. 40 cuts back, tackled. He drops the ball, but Clintonville falls on it at the 45-yard line, and that's where they'll take over with 7 seconds left in the first half.
And Noah Black with the pick, just underthrown by Luke Johnson. So that's turnovers are even. Each quarterback has thrown 2 interceptions here tonight. But Marinette, despite 2 turnovers and 8 penalties, they're up by 28 points here as halftime is almost here.
It doesn't hurt as much when you're up 35-7.
Yeah, yeah, that right.
7.7 seconds left in the first half. Clintonville has the ball at their own 45-yard line. Let's see if they have any trickery up their sleeves. They break huddle. 1 receiver to the left and 3 to the right. 1 running back behind Lorge. Lorge drops back, fires it deep down the right side, has his man, but he goes out of bounds. I'm not even sure if he caught that ball. No, he dropped it. Incomplete pass, 2nd down and 10 with 1 second left in the half. Marinette leads 35-7.
Not sure if the ref, he lost his, I'm not sure if he threw his hat down or if he lost it, but he just picked it up and put it back on his head.
I'm not sure. Clintonville breaks huddle. 3 receivers to the left and 2 to the right. Empty backfield. Here's the snap. Lorge is back, fires deep to the right side. It's intercepted. To the 40, to the 50. It's Hipke, I think, into Trucker territory, out of bounds, and that is how the first half will end.
How appropriate is that?
Yeah.
The halftime guest gets an interception here right before halftime.
You gotta love that. It's nice when things work out. That's how the first half ends. Spencer Hipke with an interception. Marinette 35, Clintonville 7. Kit and I will take a quick break, tally up some stats, and be right back on Sports Radio 570.
Go west on 180 at the holiday to save on cars and trucks every day. You're sure to save a bundle when you take that drive west on 180 to Riverside. You get to the roundabout, make sure you yield. Don't go straight cause it's all cornfields. Just turn left when you see that sign. Come on in to Riverside. We'll find what you're looking for. Just show up at our front door. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks. No overhead seats, you big bucks. Come take a ride if you dare. Out with the cows in the country air. You save big money on your next ride when you see your friends at Riverside. From the west, take 64 until you get to our front door in Marinette. You're sure to save a bundle when you take that drive. One way or another, get to Riverside. One way or another, get to Riverside.
Get the mobile app that lets you control debit card usage and spending on the go. PCM Credit Union and the new Card Valet app help you monitor spending, protect against fraud, and allow you to see balances and transactions right from your mobile device. You can turn your card on or off when you want. It's your card on your terms. Get started today. Experience all that PCM Credit Union membership has to offer. Visit online at pcmcu.org today. Membership eligibility required. Member NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
Welcome back to Higley Stadium, where the Marinette Marines lead on homecoming night, 35-7 over the Clintonville Truckers. How did we get there? Well, in the first quarter at the 8:04 mark, we had a 63-yard touchdown run by James Jagelski. The extra point was good, and Marinette led 7-0. At the 5:25 mark, Clintonville answered back with a 5-yard touchdown run by quarterback Damon Lorge. The extra point was good, and we were all tied up, 7-7. About 15 seconds later, James Jagelski struck again, this time on a kickoff return, an 85-yard touchdown return by James Jagelski. The extra point was good, and after one, it was 14-7 Marines. In the second quarter, at the 11:06 mark, Connor Nelson, interception return, 53 yards. The extra point was good, and it was now 21-7. At the 6:59 mark, we had a 6-yard touchdown run by Connor Nelson again. Extra point was good, and it was now Marinette 28, Clintonville 7. And at the 5:18 mark, we had a 15-yard touchdown pass from Luke Johnson to Jonte Webb. The extra point was good, and the score was 35-7, and that's how the first half ended. Marinette 35, Clintonville 7. For the Marines tonight, 150 yards rushing and 40 yards passing, so a little switcheroo by the Marines, doing a lot of running tonight and not as much passing.
Which is good. As the weather gets colder, it's nice to establish that run.
Sure is. James Jagelski leading the way. 11 carries, 109 yards, and 1 touchdown, 1 huge touchdown. Dalton Weisgerber has 18 yards on 3 carries, and Luke Johnson, 1 carry for 14 yards. Connor Nelson, 2 carries, 9 yards, and 1 touchdown. Luke Johnson, 4 of 9 tonight for 40 yards and 2 touchdowns. Receiving, Jonte Webb, 1 reception for 15 yards and 1 touchdown. James Jagelski, 1 for 13. Connor Nelson, 1 for 10. And Dalton Weisgerber, 1 for 2.
I think Luke has the one touchdown, right?
What did I say, 2? Yeah, 1.
Yeah.
Maybe I was seeing the interception.
Yeah, 2 interceptions, but 1 touchdown.
Yep.
But the interceptions, well, one hurt him, but that led to Clintonville's only score of the night. So,
yep,
but, hey.
that's what it is. You're right. It was the 2 interceptions and 1 touchdown for Johnson. For the Clintonville Truckers tonight, 19 yards rushing, which we sort of expected. That's probably more than what I thought they might have.
I think most by the quarterback, Lords, right?
That's right, yeah. And only 55 yards passing, so give Marinette some credit on the defensive end for stopping that pass, because that's what they do. They throw.
If we do the math, that's less than 80 yards in total offense.
That's right. Great job by the Marines. Darren Carrig has 3 carries, 3 yards, and the quarterback, Damon Lorge, leads the way, 5 carries, 16 yards, and 1 touchdown. Damon Lorge passing tonight, 7 of 17 for 55 yards. He had an interception. Receiving.
Yeah, 3 of them.
Yeah. Noah Black has 2 receptions for 7 yards. Todd Taylor, 4 for 41. And Chris Poppy, 1 for 3. And that's where we are right now. Marinette leads 35-7.
And even though Marinette has 35 points, let's give kudos to the defense, doing a great job. Like we just said, they've allowed less than 80 yards in total offense in the first half, and they also forced 3 turnovers with 3 interceptions. Jagelski, Nelson, which he took to the house, as you mentioned, and also Spencer Hipke, just as the first half was winding down. So even though Marinette has a lot of penalties, and look at that real quick here, the Marines do have 8 penalties for 75 yards. And they also have two turnovers themselves, but despite those miscues, they're still up by 28 points. And first downs, Marinette with 6 unofficially, Clintonville with 4, and the Truckers were penalized 4 times for 31 yards in that first half.
So at halftime, Marinette leads 35-7.
All right, and now it's time to hear Eric's interview with our halftime guest. We mentioned that Spencer Hipke had one of the INTs just as the first half was winding down, and how appropriate. It's almost like it was planned. And let's hear Eric talking to number 20 for the Marinette Marines here on Sports Radio 570.
Eric Bergstrom here with Spencer Hipke of the Marinette Marines. Spencer, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. Well, last night's game against Denmark was really a back-and-forth game. What do you think made them so hard to stop on defense? Because they had a big game on the ground.
I think our responsibilities on option weren't exactly sure, and they were a tough team. Not every defense can stop. What's going on exactly? With the whole quarterback, he was a very good quarterback. He was very elusive, and it's always hard to stop a good quarterback like that.
With 2 weeks left in the season, what are some of the areas that you think your team has improved on since the start of the season?
We're definitely moving the ball on offense a lot better, and our defense has buckled down, especially in the passing game, and even in the run game has shown a lot of improvement.
What do you think about the offensive line? It seems like they've really come around, too, since the start of the season.
They are our base, our rock. They can't run the ball without them. They're doing an incredible job, and we all appreciate them so much.
And they've been giving Luke Johnson a lot of time to throw recently, right? The past few weeks.
Oh yeah, definitely. Luke's been able to run the ball when there's no one open, which is huge, and he's been making good reads, and the line's doing an amazing job.
It must be nice for you going out on routes to know that you actually have time to run the route too, right?
Exactly.
If you had to pick one player on your team that you think improved the most since the start of the season, who do you think you'd pick?
I would definitely pick James Jagelski. Even though he started off the season amazing, he is just definitely evolving into a very good football player.
I agree with you, actually. He's really dangerous, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, especially on the ground game and even on defense. He's a smaller kid, but you can't underestimate him for his size.
All the other teams know that as well. It was pretty funny yesterday calling that game. They wanted no part of him in the kicking game.
Exactly. You could definitely see that.
They were squib kicking every kickoff, and then the punts they were just kicking out of bounds because they didn't want him getting his hands on it at all.
He is a very dangerous football player.
What do you think is the biggest strength right now of your team?
I think the biggest strength of our team right now is, I would say, our defense. Just everyone as a whole, we all work together. Yesterday, it wasn't as big as a game, but we have cracked down, and we're definitely stepping up.
What does Coach Walters and the rest of the coaching staff mean to you and your teammates?
We all have their back. We all know they know exactly what they're doing, and they're a young staff, and we have all of our faith in them.
A young staff with a young team, right? You're a very young team as well.
Exactly. We're a lot juniors, which is going to mean a lot next year.
Yeah, it's going to be good next year. You're getting a lot of playing time for all these juniors, and it's good to get their feet wet, you know?
Exactly.
Who do you think is the leader of your team?
I think Luke Johnson and Jonte Webb are the two biggest leaders of our team, both on and off the field. Just the way they talk and obviously the way they play. They are two amazing leaders, and we're going to miss them a lot next year.
What makes them such good leaders? I know you said on and off the field. What do they do off the field? Is it just like their confidence? Because I know I've talked to both of them, and they're both very confident guys.
Vocally, and then they're a part of everyone. Like, they talk to everyone. They don't exclude anyone. They're just nice guys to be around.
How long have you been playing football?
I've been playing football since Pop Warner. Fell in love with the game since 4th grade, and it's just something that's always stuck to me.
What team were you on in Pop Warner?
I was on the Lions. We didn't win a game till my 6th grade year, but then we went to the playoffs.
Nice. Who were some of the other kids on your team when you were on the Lions?
Well, it was a lot of mix of. It was mostly Menominee players, which is funny when I go over there and see all those guys during the M&M game, and it's funny, you know, playing on what used to be your teammates and now your enemy.
Yeah, exactly right. Who are some of those players that you played against in the M&M game that were on your team?
Ethan Molesky was one of them, and Peyton Molesky, both of those guys, very good players for Menominee. And most of them don't even play football, to tell you the truth, anymore.
Wasn't their dad, wasn't he your coach?
Yep, he was.
Is it Dave, right?
That's Peyton's coach.
Okay.
Well, Peyton's dad, I should say.
Gotcha, okay. Who's the most important person to you becoming the football player you are right now?
I would definitely say it would have to be, I'm not exactly sure. To tell you the truth, I just go along. I try to find different players to look at, try to find my own style, you know, work like efficiently, try to find what works best for me.
Nothing wrong with that. What's your favorite thing about playing high school football?
Oh, I love the atmosphere. Everything about it. Just being out on Friday nights is definitely something I'm going to remember for the rest of my life.
I heard yesterday somebody told me that your team bus got stuck in a Denmark homecoming parade yesterday. Is that true?
Yeah, it is. It was something else. We were laughing about it and seeing everybody else was. It was just kind of ironic.
So what was that like? I mean, did they know that you were the Marinette football team? Were they all like waving to you?
Yeah, they were all pointing at us and laughing.
On a personal note, what's your favorite kind of music?
I definitely love classic rock. That's my way to go.
Yeah, I heard is that the kind of music you guys use to get pumped up for the games?
Oh, yeah.
So Luke Johnson allows classic rock. I heard he's the music Nazi of the team. That's what Jonte told me.
Yeah, basically, especially in 0 hour when we're all listening. It's always a mix of stuff, which is always good.
What's 0 hour? What's that?
It's lifting before school. It starts at 6:45.
Okay, you do that every day of the week?
Yep, Monday through Friday.
What's your off season like? Are you lifting in the off season as well as a team?
Yeah, we don't lift as a team. We're we tried to do that last year. Hopefully we can do that this year. Keep up our strengths and work together as a team, which the more time you can spend as a team, even in the off season, means that much more during the season.
Definitely true, and I think, like you said, being young like you are, I think you guys are going to be really good next year, so to be tight like that is only going to help, I think.
Exactly, and we're a very close grade as well, so that's good.
Who do you think is the craziest guy on your team?
Craziest guy on our team is probably also Luke Johnson.
I figured.
He's got a nuts thing about him. He's a good guy, but he's also crazy.
That's funny. What do you think the Marinette Marine football means to the Marinette community?
I think it's a big part of our confidence as a whole as the community. They look on us and they love to read the paper and see how we did, and we always like to keep the community happy.
Are you on Twitter at all?
I am.
What's your nickname or your Twitter handle? I've been asking all your teammates that.
It's Cam Hipke, which is LOB, after Cam Chancellor, with me, Jonte, and James, as we're Legion of Boom.
Nice, very nice. I thought maybe you were going to go with the man thing because everyone else is like Sockman and Frogman and all that.
Yeah.
I like yours. That's a good one. Something different. What's your most memorable moment so far? There's going to be a lot to come this year and next year, but so far on the football field.
My most memorable moment is definitely the O'Connell Falls game. That, just the screaming and everything about it. It was something to remember. It's that or the first half of Freedom. That was definitely a wave of emotion that was just amazing. It was just great to be a part of.
I agree with you and they both were similar actually. The last 2 minutes of the first half against O'Connell Falls where you guys just blitzed them with a bunch of touchdowns, and then the Freedom game where you played amazing in that second quarter.
Thanks.
You have Clintonville this week. What do you think are going to be the keys to being successful against them?
Definitely stopping the pass. They like to throw the ball a lot, and we're definitely going to have to shut them down. If we can shut them down in the pass game, I'm confident in our offense of moving the ball and scoring.
Well, Spencer, thanks a lot for joining me. I appreciate it, and good luck on Friday.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome back to Higley Stadium, and big thank you to Spencer Hipke for the interception before halftime and for the interview.
Yeah, I think Spencer hit the nail on the head, and as far as what they needed to do here tonight, and they are doing just that. They're stopping the pass. As I mentioned, his interception, one of three forced turnovers by the Marines, 3 interceptions in that first half, and their quarterback, Lorge for Clintonville, has, hi there.
Everyone loves us tonight. It's a lot to love.
The quarterback, Lorge, with only a few completions and minimal yardage, so the Marines are doing just a banged-up job defensively.
And there's another big game tonight in the area. Coleman against Peshtigo, the number 1 and number 2 teams going at it in the M&O, and right now at halftime, Coleman has the lead in a close game, 14-7.
Okay, and by the way, speaking of big games in the Northeastern Conference, tonight Luxembourg Casco, who's in second place in the NEC, is taking on Freedom, who's in first place. And the Marines, as Spencer just mentioned on the interview, the Marines gave Freedom all they could handle a couple weeks ago. And Marinette will see LC coming up next Friday. Will Luxembourg Casco have 1 loss or 2 losses? We'll find out coming up next week, Friday. And will Marinette have 1 win or 2 wins? Hopefully there'll be 2. They're on their way here tonight. But closing out the season next Friday at Luxembourg Casco. And boy, this, even though Marinette only has 1 win so far, this has been it seems like the regular season for high school football just flies by.
It goes by so fast, and like you said, even though they have 2 wins, it's been an exciting season. We've had a lot of games where maybe they didn't play the whole game. Tonight they're doing a good job of that, but there have been, in every game, there's been moments and time periods and quarters and halves that they've played that, boy, they've really put some smiles on some faces, including ours.
Yeah, they've been a very exciting team to watch despite, like you said, just the 1 win so far, and hopefully 2 when this night is done. But a lot of playmakers, and unfortunately they've run into some very stiff competition, and the Marines unable to play a complete game, unfortunately, all too often. And of course, that results in their record that they have. But senior leadership, I know, listening to Spencer talk about Luke Johnson and Jonte Webb, and of course, those are the 2 catalysts for the team. And you have the other seniors, of course, who have been good leaders as well. And the underclassmen, though, we really can't talk about it enough. The experience they're getting this year, and a couple are already on varsity for their second year. And this ought to pay some big dividends coming up next year for the Marines.
Huge, and I know Spencer talked about losing Jonte Webb and Luke Johnson, but we have seen Matt Eldridge play a little bit this year, and he looked very good in the few times we've seen him. So there are people, and even on the JV team, there's some talent on there, I hear.
Well, including Matt. He's only a sophomore, and he's got some reps on varsity, and we may see him yet tonight. Who knows? Hopefully we will. That means Marinette has a nice big cushion. But Eldridge, also the quarterback for the JVs, and we had a big game yesterday as Marinette rolled over Clintonville yesterday, and they're actually undefeated, and they'll play Luxembourg-Casco next Thursday at 5 p.m. here at Higley Stadium, trying to complete an undefeated season. And when you start winning games like at the JV level, and you go undefeated, you get that starts a nice culture of winning, and hopefully it'll carry over into the varsity program in years to come here.
And it's kind of neat too, because it's kind of happening with Marinette athletics in general. Even the basketball team, they have the youth, the young players coming up. There's a lot of excitement in the basketball program, and I think there's going to be a lot of excitement next year in the football program. So it's kind of pervasive throughout the whole athletic department right now that there's a lot of good young players, and the freshmen, the JVs, the sophomores, everybody. There's a lot of talent coming up, and like you said, it should pay off at the varsity level, hopefully soon.
Yeah, and even here looking tonight, Marinette up at halftime, 35-7, and boy, it's been just a few and far between over the last decade plus actually, last 15 years really, pretty close, that Marinette has had a half like this where they've been up on the opponent, and all too often they've been on the reverse side of this, and boy, it's let's soak this in here.
Let's do that, and it's going to be nice to see all this change, and we'll get back to Marinette has a rich tradition, and I've been learning that, talking to all these players from the past, and I was doing some research because I'm possibly be talking to Dan Lefevre this week, and just reading about all the Marines teams in the past. I mean, what a rich tradition, and it's just it's exciting for me to think about where we may get to with all these players after listening to the old players talk about their golden days and the glory days of Marinette past.
Yeah, you mentioned you already talked with Brian Betcher and mentioned Dan Lefevre. Those two right there are going to be going into the Sports Hall of Fame at Marinette, the second class to be inducted, coming up on November 7th. I'll be at Little River Country Club on that Saturday night. Looking forward to that. And that'll be a great time. And I don't have the complete list in front of me, but I know Dave Franker is going in, Tim Farley as well, and others. Like I said, I don't have the whole list here, but it's a great class that's going to be inducted into the Sports Hall of Fame. And looking forward to that. That was a great night last year when they had the initial class, and just keeps growing and growing. And talking about your interviews, you heard Spencer Hipke, you talked with Brian Betcher, and many others throughout the year. Tell the folks where they can hear those complete interviews. You got the Sports Buzz now on Sports Radio 570. That's 3 times a day during the weeks, and that's kind of like a mini interview.
That's right. It's a 2-minute interview 3 times a day on Sports Radio 570 at 7:30 a.m., 11:30 a.m., and 5:45 p.m. And what it is basically is a teaser or a bigger interview that you can go on the Sports Radio 570 Facebook page, and you can hear the entire interview. And we also have a YouTube channel as well. And there's quite a few interviews on there already, and more to come. I have a new one every single day. There's Marines, Maroons, there's professional athletes. We had a Packer, Kiefer Sykes. I think I'll be talking to him this weekend, and Dan Lefevre next week. And there's always new people coming around the bend, and it's very exciting. You learn a lot of really cool things about all these players.
And I'm just trying to think, was that the right date, November 7th? I believe so. Yeah, because November 9th is the athletic banquet in Crivets. And
November 2nd is the one in Crivets.
Oh, November 2nd.
Yeah, and 7th is the Marinette one.
Okay.
November, the 2nd one is exciting, too.
The 2nd, yeah. Let's talk about that as we have a little bit of time here. You got a chance to chat with a former Crivets Wolverine, who also happens to be a former Miami Hurricane and a former Oakland Raider. Of course, we're talking about number 40 for the Silver and Black, Pete Banaszak, a.k.a. Banaszak.
Exactly. We weren't sure how to do it, but he said Banaszak, so that's what I'm
going to go with. Nationally, that's what he was known by. I know in Crivets he's Banaszak. I had his one of his relation for a third-grade teacher way back when.
And what a great guy. I mean, I was so excited to do that one because he was of the generation where, I mean, I was very little, but that's why I love the NFL now is the players from that age. And what a great career and what an interesting guy. What a storyteller.
And you talked to him, it wasn't for a couple of minutes. You had a real long chat with him, didn't you?
Well, we did. We talked for almost an hour, and you could tell he loves to tell his old stories. He played 13 years in the NFL. His coach was John Madden. He played with all those crazy old Raiders. I believe he compared it to One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest in the interview. So it's a great interview. You're going to want to hear that. For sure it'll be on the Sports Buzz, the 2-minute clip, but you're going to want to hear the whole interview because there's so many interesting things. He talks about Al Davis, about his trips to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and he'll be the guest speaker at Crivets on the 2nd of November, and he's coming back. Also, he's coming back with one of those, was it the gold football, right?
Golden football. The NFL is giving gold footballs to players who were on a Super Bowl roster to bring back to their high schools and honor their high school. So Crivets is going to be honored by Pete Banaszak and the NFL on November 2nd. I'll be there. I'm going to go hang out with him a little bit.
And those are good-looking footballs, too. I actually saw one on TV. One of the NFL games this past weekend, they showed Darryl Moose Johnson going back to his alma mater and giving the football to his former school.
And it's interesting. Banaszak was telling me that he ended up in the second Super Bowl against the Packers. And, of course, being from Crivets, he grew up a Packer fan. And he said just a few years before, his dad was taking him to Lambeau Field to watch Bart Starr and Max McGee and all those guys, and he finds himself on the field with them. And he said first time he went on the field, he wanted to go across the line and get their autographs instead of play the game.
Yeah, a lot of great stories from him. I had a chance to hear some of that interview, and the fans will definitely want to hear that in its entirety.
That's definitely right, and all the Marinette ones too, like Dan Lefevre, learning about him. He went to the University of Nebraska when they were a huge powerhouse in the 70s, yeah. So I'm excited to hear some of those stories.
Exactly, so plenty more to come. Very exciting stuff.
And we are back underway, getting ready for the kickoff. Clintonville kicking left to right on your sports radio 570 radio dial, and they try an onside kick right off the bat. It goes out of bounds. I believe it hit a player and went out of bounds.
Yeah, it should be Marinette's football then. And hey, element of surprise and nothing to lose. And use any cliche you want.
We have a flag because it went out of bounds. Marinette will take over with great field position. Where will that field position be? We are waiting to see.
It's only appropriate that the second half starts with a penalty flag.
I know.
After 11, the Yankees were tossed in that first half.
There's been a lot of yellow. Another thing I do want to mention about all these great things, the sports things that are going on at Bay Cities Radio right now, is they are also going to be posting all these games, like tonight's game and any game from this year will be on our YouTube channel. So if you want to listen to any of the games of the Maroons, the Marines, the M&O games, you can go there and you can listen to past games also at BayCitiesOnline.com.
All right, nice to hear.
Marinette breaks huddle. They're in Trucker territory already at the 49-yard line. They hand it off to James Jagelski. Nowhere to go.
And they were almost out of Clintonville territory, one of the few minuses for Marinette here tonight.
Lost 2. That'll bring up second down. Actually lost 1. It'll bring up second down and 11.
Mentioned the complete game. Marinette been struggling all season to play 4 fine quarters of football, and I'm sure Coach Walters preaching to his players at halftime that, hey, it's not over with yet.
That's right. Finish the game strong. Here's the snap. Johnson back. Looks for Webb. Instead, he goes short. He has Weisgerber. Weisgerber makes one man miss and drags another out of bounds. Nice pickup of 8 yards.
Yeah, with that one man miss there, he went from a 3-yard pickup to an 8-yard pickup. And nice little touch by Luke as he threw that one just nice and softly on this rather chilly night, and Weisgerber getting additional yardage.
3rd down and 5 for the Marines at the Truckers' 42-yard line. Marinette leads 35-7 with 11 minutes, 17 seconds left in the third quarter. Jonte Webb to the left, everybody else in tight. Here's the snap. Connor Nelson right up the gut, powers forward for 3 yards.
Yeah, just a little bit shy of that first down, but the Marines in good shape on the field here to go for the first down and fourth down here.
Fourth down and a long one from the 39-yard line of Clintonville.
Last time they had fourth and short, they did a little toss to James Jagelski. Let's see if they elect to go that same route here.
Marinette breaks huddle. Jonte Webb to the left. Everybody else in tight. In motion, Weisgerber, and his motion causes one of the truckers to jump off sides. First down, Marinette.
Yeah, via the penalty.
Weisgerber makes them flinch, and they get a first down out of it. First down and 10 for Marinette at the trucker 34-yard line. Marinette breaks huddle. This time, Jonte Webb splits to the right. Marinette traveling right to left on your sports radio, 570 radio dial. Weisgerber again in motion. This time he gets the ball, cuts it up the middle, makes another man miss. Nice run, about an 8-yard pickup, but there is a flag. Came from the far sideline.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there was I didn't see a face mask, but let's see here. Or was it either a face mask or a hold? It appears to be on Marinette.
The Marines start walking back. Penalty goes against Marinette, and it is a holding. That drives them all the way back to the 42-yard line. So it'll be first down and 18 about. Webb to the left this time. There's your pitch, Kit, to Jagelski. He has room to the 40, to the 35. All the way to the 29-yard line. Big run.
Anytime you put the ball in James Jagelski's hands, you got a pretty good things happening.
12-yard pickup on that pitch to the left. You called it.
And it's only second down here, so.
Second down and 5 at the Truckers' 29-yard line. Jonte Webb to the right. Connor Nelson behind Luke Johnson. Weisgerber in motion. Johnson keeps it himself. Weisgerber out front to block. Johnson gets around the edge, has the first, but we have another flag in the backfield.
Well, it's been raining yellow here in this ball game. Weisgerber leading the way around the edge there, and not sure if that was by design or not. Maybe it was. You don't see too many scampers like that with Luke Johnson kind of running a quarterback keeper going around the edge.
I actually agree with you, though. It looked like there was some miscommunication there on that handoff, or the supposed handoff.
Another holding. Wow. But I think Luke was just improvising that time.
It kind of worked out nice, though, having Weisgerber out front of him, though.
Yeah, but now let's see the penalties.
Yeah, that didn't work out nice.
Continued amount. That's I got in double digits now. That's 10 for 95 yards for Marinette.
Almost a whole football field.
Yeah, and they're still up by 28 points.
Second down and 19 from the Trucker 43-yard line for Marinette. Jonte Webb to the right. Everybody else in tight. Connor Nelson behind Luke Johnson. They give it to Jagelski off the left side. He has some room, and he's caught from behind, dragged down at the 35-yard line. Pickup of 8 yards. Juice is up to 128 yards tonight.
On second down and very long, getting almost half of what you needed to get. So, and they're actually in 4-down territory here. So that's a nice play right there by the Marinette Marines, and good call. And Jagelski just having a huge night offensively. Well, actually having a huge night everywhere, offensively, defensively, and on special teams.
Any way you look at it, he's having a big night. Third down and 12 at the 35-yard line of the Truckers. Marinette with the ball and with the lead, 35-7. 9 minutes left in the third quarter. Weisgerber out to the right with Webb. Johnson rolls to his right. He's looking to run. He has some room. He's at the sticks, and he's past the sticks, and he tries to jump over a defender. He does, and he's tripped up in midair.
And a flag comes down right after that.
Showing off his hops. Holy cow.
See, I couldn't tell you. You said that he jumped. I wasn't sure if he jumped or he was just upended, but I think he did try to leap.
He jumped, and then he was upended.
Yeah, that was dangerous. Not sure what the penalty is, though.
A 20-yard pickup for Luke Johnson. Showing his athletic ability, jumping way up in the air and getting tripped up and head over tea kettle.
I'm trying to hear the official is ready to. He's actually talking to the Marinette, one of the Marinette captains here, Jonte Webb. Let's try to hear the zebra.
They didn't call it on that tackle, did they? The defender, there's nothing he could do.
I wonder if he called it unsportsmanlike conduct. Maybe he said something afterwards.
Oh, maybe.
It was a dead ball foul.
Okay, it had to be because there's not much he could do on that one. After the flag, Marinette's all the way down to the Truckers' 10-yard line. Webb's to the right. There's Connor Nelson up the middle. He has room. To the goal line. Touchdown, Marinette.
The trifecta for Connor Nelson here. 2 rushing touchdowns. Also, he had a pick-6 earlier, so a hat trick for Connor Nelson here tonight. And the Marines tack on another score as they're rolling and a chance to get to up to a 35-point lead here in the second half.
10-yard touchdown run for Connor Nelson at the 8:43 mark of the third quarter. Garrett Wallaway on to attempt the extra point. Here's the snap. Kick is up. The kick is good. Marinette now leads 42-7. Kit and I will take a quick break and be right back on Sports Radio 570.
Looking for a credit union that truly cares about you and the community you live in? Then you ought to stop and see the folks at Bayshore Credit Union. Membership is open to anyone living or working in Marinette, Menominee, and Oconto counties. Whether it's everyday banking, a new auto loan, new mortgage, even a consolidation loan, they can help. And it's never too early to start establishing good credit. Bayshore Credit Union, located at 1514 Cleveland Avenue, Marinette. They're looking forward to meeting you.
Welcome back to Higley Stadium, where Marinette leads on homecoming night 42-7 over Clintonville.
A very happy homecoming night so far for Marinette. Now we're going to have the running clock here, so this has been a slow-moving game, but it has a chance to get some urgency here real quick now. The clock should be moving quite fast unless the Truckers can come back and score here.
It's going to start to pick up. Wallaway gets a leg into it. Off to the right side, picked up at the 18-yard line. Trying to move around, nothing doing there. The Marines bring him down at the 25-yard line. Bringing him down, Adam Wall.
See Adam getting some carries before this night is done on offense. I'm sure Coach Walters will go into his bench, and some of those youngsters in the second team will be getting some action as this game progresses, which is great to see.
8 minutes, 17 seconds left in the third quarter. Running clock, Marinette 42, Clintonville 7. Clintonville breaks huddle. 3 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Damon Lorge all by himself in the backfield. It's got to be a bad feeling sometimes. There's a snap, and I called that. Bad snap. He gets on it.
Kevin Canine almost got to that football. He was smelling a fumble recovery, but Lorge did the proper thing, just fell on it after it couldn't handle the snap. But I think it was just a little bit wide, like you mentioned.
5-yard loss brings up second down and 15 for the Truckers at their own 20-yard line. They're traveling left to right on your Sports Radio 570 radio dial. Here's the snap. Lorge hands it off up the middle and nothing doing.
Well, that front four from Marinette, a little assistance from the linebackers too tonight. It's really been just a purple and white wall here this evening. Doing a great job.
Kevin Canine in on that stop.
Yeah, one of the linebackers once again.
7 minutes and counting left in the third quarter. Marinette 42, Clintonville 7. Clintonville breaks huddle. They spread 2 to the left and 2 to the right. Lorge has it. He's looking left. He has a man at the 40. In and out of the hands. It went right over the defender's hands.
That was a great throw.
I think it was Hipke maybe there. Went right over Hipke's hands into the hands of the wide receiver, and it just bounced in and out of his hands, sort of. He had it, and then he lost it.
Yeah, and Lorge, he has 3 interceptions tonight, but his receivers have dropped a few of his passes here tonight as well. Should have been completions.
Yeah, they haven't helped him out at all. 4th down and 19 from their own 17-yard line. Here's the punt. Jagielski gets it at the 49. Cannot make the first man miss, and he's down at the 47-yard line, and that's where the Marines will take over with 5 minutes, 52 seconds left in the third quarter.
James will only call the fair catch as a last resort.
Yeah.
He wants to get that return, and that one was one of those deals where once he got it, the Clintonville trucker was right on him. And unfortunately, no room to run for James. But now Marinette still in great shape, though, here in trucker territory.
Marinette breaks huddle. Jonte Webb to the left. Everybody else in tight. Here's the snap. Weisgerber off the right side, making the pile move for a nice 5-yard pickup. I cannot say enough nice things about him. He's really grown into a great back this year.
Yeah, he's coming along nicely, that's for sure, and getting some positive yards. Seems every time that he carries the football, and really he always seems to make that pile move just a little bit.
He sure does. Low center of gravity. Number 38, Dalton Weisgerber. Nice pickup there.
Just a sophomore.
2nd down and 5 for the Marines at the Truckers' 41-yard line. Here's the snap. Jagielski up the middle. He squirts his way close to the first down. He's about a yard short.
Yeah, Coach Walters and offensive coordinator Bob Callwart's just what they have ordered up here, just 5-6 yards, so just kind of methodically move the ball and hopefully get this clock down even further.
3rd down and 1 for the Marines at the 37-yard line of Clintonville. Jonte Webb to the left. Everybody else in tight. Weisgerber in motion. They give it to the up back, Connor Nelson. He has the first down and about 7 yards more.
Connor's having a night, that is for sure.
On the ground, he has 30 yards, 2 touchdowns on 5 carries. Not to mention his interception return for a touchdown and a lot of other great plays. Marinette leads 42-7. Running clock, 3 minutes. 54 seconds left in the third quarter. Marinette breaks huddle. Jonte Webb splits to the left. Here's the snap. They give it to Nelson. Up. And boy, there he goes. 20-10-5 touchdown. Connor Nelson.
Did we say he's having a night?
He busted through the initial line, and he had open field, used his speed, and there he goes, another one.
Connor Nelson, wow. He's having a superb night, a 4-touchdown night with 3 rushing touchdowns, plus the interception return for a score as well. And the Marines continue to just pour it on the Truckers here tonight at Higley Stadium.
18-yard touchdown run for Connor Nelson. We await the extra point. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Marinette now leads 49-7. We'll take a quick break and be right back on Sports Radio 570.
Kim Barrett and all the staff of Tri-City Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine of Marinette are committed to get you back to your quality of life. Tri-City Physical Therapy has been in business for over 25 years and specialize in the treatment of shoulder, knee, and back, as well as general physical therapy. Let them help you overcome pain after an injury or disease. Tri-City Therapy inspires you with the most skilled and personalized rehabilitation treatment plan possible to help you get back on track. Tri-City Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine at 602 Wells Street in Marinette.
Welcome back to Higley Stadium, where Connor Nelson scores his 4th touchdown of the night, and Marinette now leads 49-7.
He's got 4 TDs. James Jagielski has a couple. Boy, just doing it all different ways here tonight.
Great night for the Marines.
And that offensive line for the Marines doing a super job opening up some nice holes for Connor Nelson from that fullback position.
Here's the kick. A high kick to the 18-yard line. Takes it back to the left side. Todd Taylor has it. He's at the 30, at the 35. He has some room up the left side, all the way to midfield and out of bounds into Marinette territory. Nice return by Todd Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor's their fastest, the fastest player, and he showed it right there with about a 35-yard return.
3 minutes, 11 seconds left in the third quarter. Marinette has the lead, a big lead, 49-7. Clintonville didn't quite make it into Marinette territory.
And now I guess there was a flag on the play too. I didn't see it initially, but the officials are talking amongst themselves right now.
Does that surprise you?
Not at all, and they're going to march this one back.
Gee, a lot of yellow tonight. 2 minutes, 42 seconds left. That is a big penalty because they were at midfield. And they're going all the way back to the 23-yard line. My goodness.
Yeah, from the spot of the foul. So that's unofficially, I've got seven penalties on Clintonville for 56 yards. And 17 penalties combined. 10 on Marinette, 7 on Clintonville.
First down and 10 for the Truckers at their own 23-yard line. They trail 49-7. 2 minutes, 11 seconds left in the third quarter.
And the great thing is now we have that running clock because even if a penalty is thrown, the clock keeps on rolling.
That is nice, especially since I can see my breath right now and the breath of all the players too. The temperature is starting to drop. First down and 10, the Truckers have the ball. Lorge back, looking deep. Jonte Webb's there, and he has the interception at midfield. Jonte Webb goes up and takes that ball away from Todd Taylor.
What hops? Taylor and Webb, that's a good battle, and Jonte with a little size advantage there, and of course he's a leaper, as we all know, and he went up and got the 4th interception. 4 different players with picks here tonight from Marinette's defense.
And guess what? There's a flag on the field. Surprise, surprise.
And let's see, where was the flag thrown?
Right where he caught the interception.
Which is interesting. I didn't see a...
All I can think of is maybe a face mask when they tackled him or something like that.
Yeah. First, when Webb caught it, he kind of went down right away.
Oh, it's against Marinette.
Let's see here.
Unsportsmanlike, it looks like. Personal foul. I didn't quite hear the explanation, but personal foul against Marinette takes them back to their own 32-yard line. 35 seconds left in the third quarter. We have a running clock. Jonte Webb split to the right. In motion. Weisgerber. They hand it off to Nelson, and he bowls his way forward for 2 yards.
The Marinette with 11 penalties for 110 yards unofficially, and they're still up by a huge score here. That's
go figure.
Yeah, well, forcing 4 turnovers, that helps the cause.
There is 10 seconds left in the third quarter, and I do not think Marinette will run another play. And that's the end of the third quarter with Marinette leading 49-7. We'll take a quick break and be right back on Sports Radio 570. Bayside Motorsports and Cycle is your full-line service destination, servicing most makes and models of ATVs and motorcycles, from a simple tune-up and oil change to major engine overhauls. Their expanded service department will have you back on your machine fast. Bayside Motorsports and Cycle also specializes in motorcycle and ATV performance work to keep you a step above your competition. Ask about their service specials. Bayside Motorsports and Cycle in Green Bay or at BaysideMotorsports.com.
Where can you go to get a bite to eat before or after the game? Dexter's. Dexter's in Menominee has enough seating for the whole team and a menu to fit everyone's taste and appetite. Or call ahead and take your order to go. Dexter's looks forward to seeing you this year. Good luck to all M&M Sports participants. Dexter's, located on 10th Avenue in Menominee. Check out their menu online at dextersrestaurantonline.com and like us on Facebook.
Welcome back to Higley Stadium, where we're just about ready to start the fourth quarter. Marinette leads 49-7. Kit at Dexter's, that sounds pretty good.
That could be in the cards.
That could be. Second down and 9 at their own 34-yard line for the Marines. Here's the snap. Luke Johnson takes it himself off the right side, up to the 41-yard line. He's pushed out of bounds. Nice pickup there, about 5 yards.
Yeah, Luke trying to give a little stiff arm there. He's one tough hombre. That's
he sure is.
He might have caught the worst of that, but he's a guy you want on your side.
Picked up 8, actually. He has 42 yards now and 3 carries. Marinette breaks huddle. They're traveling left to right now on your Sports Radio 570 radio dial. Johnson takes it himself off tackle, has the first down, 4-yard pickup. Just followed his blocker off the left side.
Yeah, Luke running a little bit more tonight than we've seen him in the past.
He's only thrown the ball 10 times tonight.
Yeah, and as far as with the running of Luke Johnson, these are designed runs as well. Sometimes he'll scramble and get a few yards here and there, but he's had about 3 plays tonight where it was definitely a designed running play for the QB.
10 minutes, 49 seconds left in the ball game. Marinette 47, Clintonville. Actually 49, excuse me. And Clintonville 7. Here's the snap. James Jagelski has it off the left side, cuts into the middle, and a nice 7-yard pickup for Juice.
Now 49-7. You mentioned the score, and Clintonville's only points were actually kind of gift wrapped early in the game. It was actually 7-7 at one point when Luke Johnson threw a pick at the return to the 5-yard line, a short return for Finger for Clintonville, and that was. Seems like many.
I was going to say, that seems like a long time ago.
And that was where Luke just didn't see the defender, unfortunately. But those are the only points that Clintonville has got here tonight so far.
Here's the snap. Given to the up back, Connor Nelson again, Kit. Another 10-yard pickup. Boy, he's looking good tonight. Power and speed.
Yeah, career night for Connor. 4 touchdowns, 3 on the ground, and 1 interception, and his yardage starting to pile up a little bit now too.
He's at 60 yards on 8 carries right now. That's a lot for a fullback.
Now the Marines have got to be easily over 200 yards on the ground here tonight.
I'm pretty sure that's a good bet. 9 minutes, 27 seconds left in the ball game. Marinette 49, Clintonville 7. Marinette breaks huddle. Jonte Webb to the right. Everybody else in tight. Again, Connor Nelson has it, and this time he's roped down, taken down immediately. He may have picked up a yard. And he did. 2nd down and 9 for the Marines at the Clintonville 39-yard line.
And Coach Walter sticking with his first stringers here. I'm a little bit surprised, but after a long season with just 1 victory, I think he wants his front line here to really enjoy this.
I think you're right. Jonte Webb to the left. Here's the handoff to Weisgerber off the right side. Picks up 3. That gives him 26 yards tonight on 5 carries. And the clock keeps ticking on homecoming night here at Marinette High School. A great night to be a Marine.
Yeah, that is for sure. Yeah, and 49-7, and I mean, nice celebration, a nice homecoming dance coming up later on. Which I imagine it's, I'm not sure if it's tonight or tomorrow. Kind of out of the loop on that.
A little inside reverse to Jagelski. He has room up the middle. Picks up 15 yards.
I might have misspoke before. They may be over 300 yards rushing before this night is done.
Well,
not 200.
Jagelski by himself is over 150 now. He has 154.
Yeah, he's thrown about 60, 65 for Nelson. That puts him over 200 right there. And then
Luke Johnson 46.
Yeah, and then also you mentioned Weisgerber has about
almost 30.
Yeah, so that all adds up.
Kit and I trying to do math on the run.
Never a good thing.
Here's the handoff. Connor Nelson again. And he's almost taking it all the way to the end zone. But we do have another yellow hanky on the field.
Yeah, and this flag was thrown way back. Not sure if somebody hit Luke Johnson, but Luke is not too happy about that. And there's a flag that was thrown nowhere near where Nelson was tackled, about 30 yards downfield.
That's unfortunate because that was a great run. He got it in the middle.
It might be a personal foul on Clintonville.
Maybe, because it was a big 20-yard run all the way down to the 1-yard line for Connor Nelson, and he busted through. He was caught in the middle of all the scrum in the middle, and then he broke free and took it all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Yeah, he was carrying one of those defenders with him.
Sure was. It is a personal foul, so that run will count. Add another 20 yards to Connor Nelson's total tonight.
I think somebody just gave Luke a shot there, and it was nowhere near the play. Just speculating, but based on where the flag was thrown and the reaction by Luke Johnson.
You have to give this to Connor Nelson. Let him finish it off here. He took it all the way to the 1-yard line. Let's see what happens.
5 for Connor. Let's see here.
First down and goal for the Marines. Looks like we have offsides on the Truckers, unless somebody moved.
Now, if it's against Clintonville, this will be their second 1-yard penalty of the night. And it is.
That is what it is. So it'll be first down and goal from the 6-inch line. I'm looking for number 46. I'm calling it right now.
I agree with you.
Here's the snap. Nope. Luke Johnson takes it himself off the right side. He loses the ball. Marinette falls on it in the end zone, and it's that kind of night. Touchdown, Marinette.
And James Jagelski recovered it. So
of course he did.
He got the hat trick. Talk about scoring in any way imaginable. He's got a rushing touchdown. He also has a kickoff return for a touchdown, and now he recovers a fumble for a touchdown.
A fumble return for a touchdown by James Jagelski. Actually, it's not even a return, is it? It's a fumble fall on, I guess. I don't know what you call that, but here's the extra point. It's up, and it's good. Marinette now leads 56-7 with 5 minutes, 34 seconds left in the ball game. We'll take a quick break and be back with the end of the ball game on Sports Radio 570.
Find your next truck at Kane, the #1 truck destination north of Green Bay for 2015. From the most dependable full-size pickups on the road, Kane delivers Silverado. Or the most advanced pickup ever, Kane delivers Sierra. Right now, visit Kane in Marinette or O'Connell to enter the Chevrolet Packers Ultimate Fan Sweepstakes. Win a 2016 Chevrolet and other great prizes. Over 300 quality vehicles at KaneGM.com, O'Connell and Marinette.
Welcome back to Higley Stadium, where Marinette just scored again. James Jagelski was the recipient of a fumble that went into the end zone. He hopped on it and got yet another touchdown.
When things are going right, they're going right, that's for sure. Got Johnson on the quarterback keeper, and that ball just popped up, and too bad 46, too bad Connor Nelson didn't fall on it, though. That'd have been 5 for him, but hey, Jagelski with a hat trick now.
Here's the kickoff to the 20-yard line. The Truckers have it. Black, it looks like, has it. Trying to make something happen. Nothing doing there. They'll take over at the 31-yard line. I'm a little worried about Garrett Walloway. Is he okay? Is his leg going to get sore after all these extra points and kickoffs? We'll have to check on him, make sure he's all right. His orange shoes, hopefully they're all right.
Yeah, his leg is always loose. He plays soccer and he plays football, so he's
basketball too.
Yeah, but I mean as far as the kicking part, so he's good to go.
Let's hope he's not kicking in basketball. 5 minutes left in the ball game. Marinette 56, Clintonville 7. Sounds nice to say that. The Truckers break huddle. They spread them out, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Here's the snap. Lorge back, looking left, under pressure. He escapes to the right side, slides and picks up about 7 yards. You don't see that a lot in high school football.
I could be wrong. I think there might be a different quarterback in there.
Did they throw someone else in there? Yeah, you're right. Kyle Finger is back there.
He's the Clintonville Trucker who had the interception that led to their only score of the night way back very early in the first quarter.
So Kyle Finger picks up 8 yards on that scramble. 2nd down and 2 for the Truckers. Here's the snap. Nice run off the right side. They pick up the first down. They are all the way up to the 44-yard line, their own 44-yard line. 3 minutes, 48 seconds left in the ball game. 1st down and 10 for Clintonville. Marinette leads 56-7. Finger back, throws a fade down the left side. Jagelski goes up and almost has the interception. He's trying to do everything here.
Yeah, he does have one pick earlier.
Sure does.
Like there are some new uniforms out there. Some subs have come in, but obviously still some of the starters out there.
Leave Jagelski back there just to man the safety
kind
position.
Of for stability.
Yeah, exactly. 2nd down and 10 for the Truckers. They're traveling right to left on your Sports Radio 570 radio dial. Here's the snap. Finger back. Goes to the left side, and this time it is intercepted. by Thomas Wyrick. Takes it into Trucker territory all the way down to the 21-yard line.
Yeah, and he just came in the ball game, and I think Thomas Wyrick was thinking pick six.
And boy, is he excited. Nice to see that.
Yeah. And let's see what the flag is. Might be on the return.
You have to like those instincts, though, Kit. Do you see him jump that route?
Oh, exactly, and that's 5 interceptions now for Marinette if this one holds up, which I think it will. I think if there's a penalty on the Marines, it was on the return, I believe. But what a thrill, though, for...
he's a senior, too.
Yeah, youngster who, well, they're all youngsters, but senior who we haven't called his name a whole lot this year.
Very nice to see. And like I said, he jumped the route. It didn't just come to him. He had to make a play on that, and he sure did.
Yeah, and 5 interceptions for the Marines, and hopefully we'll have a chance to talk to Coach Walters afterwards, and I think we will. Oh, here we go. Let's hear this. Yeah, blocking the back on the return, so 10 yards against Marinette, but the interception does hold up, and that's 12 penalties for 120 yards on Marinette, but at this point that doesn't really matter when he got 56 points. But you knew that with Clintonville's passing game, that's where you had to stop that first and foremost, and they did that amazingly here tonight.
Matt Eldridge in the game. Gives the ball to Adam Wall, and Wall fights for 4 yards. We have 1 minute, 23 seconds left in this ball game. Marinette going to be victorious on homecoming night, 56-7.
Going to get their second win of the season, and a tough task coming up to close out the regular season, the entire season, of course, next week at Luxembourg Casco. But this will be a nice boost going into that game.
Here's the snap. Off the left side, a lot of room. Max Drees has it to the 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. I think that was Max Drees. 48-yard touchdown run from Max Drees. Touchdown Marines.
Another youngster getting in on the act here tonight. Wow. I just saw the 8. I thought it was 38, but it was actually Max Drees.
With 50 seconds left in this game, Max Drees from 48 yards away. Must be a huge thrill for that young man. Only a junior. Garrett Walloway in for his 9th extra point. He's 8 for 8 so far. Kick is up, and it's blocked. I jinxed him, Kit.
A high snap that time. That one really wasn't Garrett's fault, but hey, 8 out of 9.
We'll take it.
Exactly, not a bad percentage.
The extra point, no good. Marinette now leads 62-7. Max Drees, nice run. Off tackle, left side, busted out of the scrum and used his speed, and about the 20-yard line, I think he used a stiff arm to get away from the last defender, and he took it in.
He was sniffing the goal line. He wanted that. He wanted those 6 points, and he got them.
1 carry, 48 yards, and a touchdown for Max Drees. We called his name a few times tonight.
Oh, yeah.
He's had a good game.
Yeah. On defense, he made a couple of plays early in the game.
Clintonville. Not in the cards tonight. Garrett Walloway gets ready to kick off. Here's the kick. This one's going out of bounds, it looks like, and it does. Another flag. Is that like 42 flags now tonight between the two teams? Feels like it.
Yeah, well, that's 13 penalties for the Marines now. And let's see, 8 for Clintonville. So, yeah, unofficially, my math is right. I might have missed. I'm not sure if I missed any, but that's 21 right there.
Half of what I said.
Yeah.
50 seconds left in this game.
Now, Marinette had 62 points put on them against Freedom recently, and now they score 62. And it's nice to put the hurt on somebody else, huh?
Sure is. And I think they've got their 4 quarters in that they wanted.
I would agree.
Here's the snap. Going left. It's up for grabs again. Wyrick almost had another interception just off his hands. Good play.
You're right, though. He does have a nice nose for the football.
He sure does. 35 seconds and ticking in this ball game.
Well, I think Clintonville's going to air it out one more time here, and then that should be all she wrote for this one.
A lot of purple pride tonight. 62-7. Marinette leads. 18 seconds left. Here's the final snap. Finger back, goes deep. Jagelski's there. Almost had another interception through his hands. 10 seconds left in the ball game. The Marines are going to be victorious tonight. 62-7. Kit and I will take a quick break. We'll tally up all these stats and be back on Sports Radio 570.
Hi, this is Paul, CEO of the Menominee County Federal Credit Union. We're proud to sponsor high school sports on Bay City Radio, and we encourage all of you to support high school athletics as well. We know there's no better way for our young people to learn the lessons of life than by competing in sports. The Menominee County Federal Credit Union, where you dream the dream, will help make it come true, with locations in Powers, Kearney, Stevenson, and Menominee. Persons living or working in Marinette and Menominee counties are eligible for membership.
Prestige Auto Body and Truck Repair has over 25 years of experience to make your repairs fast, easy, and worry-free. With around-the-clock towing, electronic estimating, early drop-off, pickup, delivery, and the comfort of knowing Prestige Auto Body and Truck Repair is an iCar Gold Class shop, one of only 25 in the state, located on the corner of Highway 64 and 180 in Marinette. Call 715-732-4544. That's 715-732-4544 to get your estimate today. Prestige Auto Body and Truck Repair. They take the worry out of your collision repair.
Peshtigo National Bank, your locally owned independent community bank, supports all local high school sports. Since opening in 1901, they've grown to 5 locations in Peshtigo, Coleman, Oconto Falls, Gillett, and Marinette. Hometown banking with your neighbors and friends, Peshtigo National Bank has proudly served the community for over 100 years. Locally owned community banks support and help fund local projects. Keep your banking local and speak with a representative today. Good luck to all area high school teams from Peshtigo National Bank, member FDIC.
Go west on 180 at the holiday to save on cars and trucks every day. You're sure to save a bundle when you take that drive west on 180 to the riverside. You get to the roundabout, make sure you yield. Don't go straight cause it's all cornfields. Just turn left when you see that sign. Come on in to Riverside. We'll find what you're looking for. Just show up at our front door. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks. No overhead seats, you big bucks. Come take a ride if you dare. Out with the cows in the country air. You save big money on your next ride when you see your friends at Riverside. From the west, take 64 until you get to our front door in Marinette. You're sure to save a bundle when you take that drive. One way or another, get to Riverside. One way or another, get to Riverside.
Get the mobile app that lets you control debit card usage and spending on the go. PCM Credit Union and the new Card Valet app help you monitor spending, protect against fraud, and allow you to see balances and transactions right from your mobile device. You can turn your card on or off when you want. It's your card on your terms. Get started today. Experience all that PCM Credit Union membership has to offer. Visit online at pcmcu.org today. Membership eligibility required. Member NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
Welcome back to Higley Stadium, where the Marinette Marines are victorious on homecoming night, and victorious is one way to put it. 62-7.
Yeah, it's great to see a bunch of students from the stands here just run out on the field after the game and go and greet their team out there on about the 30-yard line on the far side of the field. So just enjoying everything about homecoming here tonight.
It's been a great night. How did we get there? Well, in the first quarter at the 8:04 mark, there was a 63-yard touchdown run by James Jagelski. The extra point was good. It was 7-0. At the 5:25 mark, we had a 5-yard touchdown run by Damon Lorge of the Truckers. The extra point was good, and it was 7-7. And that would be the last time the Truckers would score, actually. So let's move on to the Marines scoring. At the 5:10 mark of the first quarter, we had an 85-yard touchdown kickoff return by James Jagelski. The extra point was good. It was 14-7 at the end of one. At the 11:06 mark of the second quarter, 53-yard interception return by Connor Nelson. The extra point was good. It was now 21-7 Marines. At the 6:59 mark, we had a 6-yard touchdown run by Connor Nelson again. The extra point was good. It was now 28-7. At the 5:18 mark of the second quarter, a 15-yard touchdown pass from Luke Johnson to Jonte Webb. Extra point was good. It was 35-7. The third quarter was Connor Nelson's quarter, as was the second, I guess. 8:43 mark, a 10-yard touchdown run by Connor Nelson. Extra point was good. It was 42-7. At the 3:34 mark, an 18-yard touchdown run by Connor Nelson. Extra point was good. It was 49-7. In the fourth quarter, at the 5:34 mark, a fumble return by James Jagelski. It was now 56-7, and with 50 seconds left, a 48-yard touchdown run by Max Drees. The extra point was blocked. And that's how we got to 62-7. Marinette wins on homecoming night, and we're being joined by victorious coach Andy Walters.
All right, as the postgame show continues on here on Sports Radio 570, and Coach Walters, thanks for joining us here this evening, and congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
And, I kind of figured going in there would be close to 70 points scored here tonight, but I thought it might be a little bit more even, so you got to be extremely pleased with how this turned out.
Yes, we're very, very pleased with the way that we played. This was the first time all year that I feel that we put 4 quarters of football together.
Yeah, I've been looking for that complete game, and certainly fits the bill here tonight. And you knew coming in that Clintonville, they're kind of a pass-happy, pass-first type of team. Boy, 5 interceptions by your defense by 5 different players. And that really set the tone here tonight, didn't it?
You bet. And I think our kids up front did a nice job of getting pressure to force those interceptions. Those guys up front did a nice job of getting off the ball, and we had some different things going on up front, some different movement, and backers by blitzes by the backers, and they did a nice job of executing those blitz and stunts up front to get pressure, and our kids covered.
Yeah, the front four. Jesse Johnson had a sack early in the game out of the linebacker spot. Connor Nelson not only had a sack, but he also had a couple of hurries and the pick six as well. So that front 7 really set the tone here tonight.
Yep, they did a nice job.
Now, as far as the offense goes, clicking on all cylinders, and James Jagelski, what a threat he is. He scored in a variety of ways here tonight. He got things going on a long run. He had also had a kickoff return for a touchdown. He even recovers a fumble in the end zone for a touchdown. Now, you could say he was Johnny on the spot, but players like that, impact players, they kind of make their own breaks, don't they?
Yes, James is a heck of a player. He's a great athlete, and he can do a lot of different things for us. So. He made a lot of things happen tonight in all facets of the games, and it's nice that he's a junior, and hopefully he only continues to get better and works to get better.
Yeah, it's also nice that Connor Nelson is only a junior too, and we mentioned him playing at linebacker with a pick 6, but he had four overall touchdowns, 3 on the ground here tonight. You got that fullback position going tonight, and boy, when that gets going, that just opens up so many other avenues offensively.
Yes, actually after the first half, we were kind of disappointed with our ground game, and we challenged our kids at halftime, our backs and our linemen, and very pleased with the way they responded in the second half, because, we made it a point that we were going to run our base plays, and, that's what we were going to do, and that's what we did, and we were able to do it with success, so that was good to see.
Yeah, we talked about some of the underclassmen having big nights with Jagelski and Nelson and others, but really tonight, the last game for the seniors here at Higley Stadium on homecoming. Talk about your seniors and just what kind of leaders they've been. I know Luke Johnson and Jonte Webb, 2 of the captains of your team, are huge leaders, but really the seniors as a whole have done a good job of keeping this team together.
Yes, I think that all of our seniors play some sort of leadership role in our program, and we're very proud of those kids. They've put in a lot of time. There isn't a senior on our roster that hasn't invested in what we're doing, going back to the summer workouts and what we're trying to preach and teach our kids. They've 100% bought in, and they're doing the things that are going to allow them to be successful beyond football, and we're going to miss them.
Yeah, I know that at halftime we heard the interview that Eric did with Spencer Hipke, and Spencer was talking about Luke Johnson being the leader, and how he treats really everybody on the team equally, and whether you're one of the starters or if you're second or third team, he treats everybody the way they should be treated.
Yep, and I think that goes for all of our kids. I think they're a pretty tight-knit group, and like you said, from the quarterback position to our scout team quarterback position, we all understand that everyone plays an important role on this football team, and with our successes or unsuccesses, we all play a big factor and big piece of that.
And one play that I think really epitomizes Luke Johnson was a run he had, I think it was in the second quarter, maybe we're ticking down the right sidelines, and he kind of jumped and got upended and went head over heels. And what a tough quarterback he is. Great guy to have as a leader.
I said at the beginning of the year, he's a defensive kid playing quarterback. So he's, luckily he can throw the ball pretty dang well too. But he's a tough kid, and like I said, great leader, and we're gonna miss him.
Well, 2 wins and a chance to get a third coming up next week. It'll be a tough task at LC, but if they play 4 quarters again, and you played a great first half against Freedom, who may win this whole thing in the NEC. Now you got Luxembourg Casco. I know they got a very stout defense, right?
Yes, they do. They're tough. They are. They got some good backs, and I haven't watched a ton of film on them yet, but obviously with the record that they have and the teams that they've beat so far, they're definitely a good football team. But at the same time, I think that we're finally coming around a little bit, and we've gotten better. And if we play, like I say almost every week, if we play to our potential, we can compete against everybody. And I think our last 4 games here, we've played a lot better football than our first 4.
And much for the Spartans, of course, coming up next week. But we'll let you and your coaching staff and, of course, the young men enjoy this homecoming victory. And
right.
62-7 here at Higley Stadium with the home team getting the 62. It's been a while, Coach.
It is.
Feels good. Looks good.
Does feel good.
And thanks for joining us.
All right. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
Hey, you guys do a great job.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Again, Marinette head coach Andy Walters, victorious here tonight, the Marines, as they do a number, of course, here on Clintonville, 62-7. And I think you got some. You went through the scoring highlights. How about some numbers there?
Yeah, to catch my breath, get a drink here. I'll go back at it now. For the victorious Marinette Marines, you ready for this?
I'm ready.
359 yards rushing. Is that what you had in your head?
Exactly. I think I had 358.
Oh, you're pretty good. That's the new math. 48 yards passing. They didn't really need to do any passing tonight. They dominated on the ground. Leading the way tonight, James Jagelski, 154 yards on 17 carries, 1 touchdown. Dalton Weisgerber, 26 yards on 5 carries. Luke Johnson, 46 on 4. Connor Nelson, 10 carries, 81 yards, and 3 big touchdowns. Adam Wall had 1 carry for 4, and Max Drees finished off the scoring with a 48-yard touchdown run on his only carry tonight. Luke Johnson was 5 of 10 for 48 yards, 1 touchdown. Jonte Webb, 1 reception, 15 yards, and a touchdown. James Jagelski, 1 reception, 13 yards, and Connor Nelson had 1 for 10. Dalton Weisgerber, 2 receptions for 10 yards. For the Clintonville Truckers tonight, not much happening at all. 26 yards rushing, 55 yards passing. So Marinette dominating on defense.
Well, actually, it was total domination any way you slice it, whether it be offense, defense, special teams. And like we said before, Clintonville's only score came via the turnover where they got the ball first and goal at the 5. Otherwise, we've been looking at a shutout here tonight.
Yep. Let's see. Damon Lorge passing with 7 for 18 for 55 yards. Noah Black, 2 catches, 7 yards. Todd Taylor, 4 for 41. Chris Poppy, 1 for 3. And Kit has some stats for you as well.
Yeah, Marinette with 13 first downs. Clintonville only 5, and I think they only had maybe 1, maybe even 0 in the second half as far as first downs go. Not often does a team get 13 penalties and have 113 penalties for about 135 yards, and you say, who cares? Because he had 62 points. And that's what happened with Marinette here tonight. 13 penalties for 135 yards, and Clintonville had 7 penalties of their own for roughly about 67 yards. And turnovers, 5 turnovers for the Truckers as Marinette with 5 interceptions here tonight by 5 different players. And then the 2 turnovers for the Marines here tonight. But with those 2 turnovers and also the 13 penalties, or actually 11, whatever it was, that really didn't matter because 62 points, 62-7, that's what counts here tonight.
That's what counts, and it's time for everybody to celebrate and enjoy this. The coaches, the players, the students, the fans, we're going to enjoy it. It's just been a great night. And
well, hopefully carry over to an upset at Luxembourg Casco next week, and that would really be the way to close out the season.
Finish the season strong at LC. We'll see what we can do, see what the Marines can do. I know they're going to be feeling pretty good after this game.
And LC, they're playing Freedom in a huge game tonight, so not sure how that one went, but we'll find out in due time.
That's right, and like I said, let's enjoy this one. Well, that will do it from here. The Marinette Marines on their homecoming night are victorious 62-7 over the Clintonville Truckers. Thank you so much for listening. For Kit Donaldson, I'm Eric Bergstrom. You have a great night.
Marinette Marines High School sports broadcasts are brought to you by North Honda Motorsports, Bayshore Credit Union, Riverside Auto, Tri-City Physical Therapy, Menominee County Federal Credit Union, Prestige Auto Body, Peshtigo National Bank, Dexter's, Kane Chevrolet Buick GMC, Bayside Motorsports, and PCM Credit Union.